Come on, Blazer.
It's a beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hello, what's going on? Happy hump day. What's up? Hello, happy hump day. Come on into the building. Welcome to the morning Joce. I hope y'all are doing well. Come on in. I hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We do this Monday through Friday. You are now entering the morning Joce. It's Monday through Friday. We do this every Monday through Friday. Y'all pull over, and pop out if y'all would like to be a part of it. It's just a way to get you through the work day and also educate you and do some old jocing and stuff. Just talking and just seeing what's going on. Come on in. So welcome. If you are new to the channel, like I said, subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. Okay. I do apologize for not being here yesterday. I did have a funeral to attend, so I do apologize for missing you guys yesterday, but I had to attend that funeral for my uncle, and it was beautiful. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Can I talk to y'all? I tried to tell this joke to somebody at the funeral, but I don't think he was getting it because he was really, really into the word. But I haven't been to a funeral, especially a Black American funeral, in a while, right? So, and shout out to this sister. I ain't gonna say who she was, but tell me why this lady got up there. And you already know funerals already last long. First of all, it's already about to be a 2-3 hour event. Okay, man, tell me why this lady got up there. And I knew it was about to be some crap when she said, "The devil has been busy." I said, uh-oh. Look. Soon as she started off first giving honor to God, to the pastor, to the family, I was like, okay. See when she said, because you know the devil been busy, I said, uh-oh. Tell me why this lady was on here talking about how, and I love her to down. I'm not even being mad, nasty. It was funny. I just didn't have nobody to tell the joke to. But tell me why this lady was sitting up there talking about, because the devil is busy. Lord knows he didn't want me to get here. I woke up this morning and I went to start my car and the car wouldn't turn over. So I decided to go back inside and call me an Uber, but my phone wasn't even on. So I said, Jesus, be a savior. Come on and help me. He sent somebody to my house, but their car broke down in front of the door. You know the devil is busy. And look at the people. Yeah. Whoa. And I said, oh, man. I was trying so hard not to laugh. Not at the lady's circumstances. It was just like, ma'am, first of all, what does any of this have to do with the funeral? First of all. Second of all, ma'am, you going through a rough patch. This ain't got nothing to do with the devil not wanting you to come to the funeral to give us the word. I don't think that all of that have anything to do with you coming up here. Mind you, she wasn't even supposed to be talking. She was supposed to be up there doing a solo. She wasn't even on the program to talk. Now, she could sing her face off. One thing about it, the girl could sing down to the ground. Do you hear me? Man, but when this lady came up there and did a 30-minute sermon on how the devil is busy and didn't want her to come and give this, what she called it, whatever she called it, girl, I said, oh my God. I said, I ain't been to a funeral, especially inside of a Black church, in a long time. It was a time. The services was beautiful. The services was beautiful. I must say, people always ask, how was the funeral? The services was beautiful. If I knew y'all more closely, I would tell y'all some more tea. But I love them people, and I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, the girl starting off with the devil is busy. I said, uh-oh. Then every time she went on more and more to talk about how the devil was busy, I just kept holding my hand like this. Because I'm just sitting there saying, Lord, I'm inside these people church. You feel what I'm saying? And let me also say this. The church turns the AC off on purpose. I counted 12 vents in that ceiling, and the whole time we in there like this. Them heifers turned that AC off on purpose. Yeah. They want y'all in there like this. That's to get you all crazy, all discombobulated. That's why I counted 12 vents on that ceiling. And now one of them things was blowing. Everybody had a fan, and all of the fans had an advertisement on it. One had Obama on it. I said, Lord have mercy. I thank God they didn't give me that one. But one had Obama on it. The other one had the pastor on it. And I saw another one that had Martin Luther King. Mike, stay on a fan. One thing about it, two things for sure. Mike gonna be on the fan. So yeah, it was a few things going on at the funeral. Like I said, the service was beautiful. Other than a few hiccups, the service was beautiful. Yeah, it was a time, man. Listen, I one thing about it though, I thoroughly enjoyed gospel music. Y'all know I used to be in a gospel choir, so I thoroughly enjoyed the music. It wasn't no concert. They had an actual what do you call it? They had a real not piano. What's the other piano they call it? Girl, I say it all the time. They had an actual the church piano. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They had one of them. It was a real funeral. It was a real old school country organ. Thank you so much. It was a real organ. They had a real organ. So when the lady, after she gave her testimony how the devil was busy, when she sung, she tore it down. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed the music. But anyway, y'all come on in and get the likes up. We got a few things to discuss. Now, before we get into that, let's do some morning announcements. Black America, I miss you. I love you more than anybody in the world. I need y'all to do me a favor. Do your genealogy. It's not going to help me. It's only going to help you. All genealogy is basically, what do you call it? A family tree. I'm sorry, my head all over the place. All it is a family tree to find out who you are, where you come from, and things of that nature. This is going to be your identity, and identity is the first key to freedom. So please, Black Americans, if you don't do nothing, do your genealogy. Also, outside of genealogy, Black America, I also need you guys to ground, meditate, and pray. Let me tell y'all something, bro. This spiritual warfare, this physical warfare that we dealing with is crazy. We're gonna deal with the boy Nolan Wells is his name, the black boy who went over there swimming with some clears and came back dead. I'm telling y'all now, we are battling spiritual warfare all over this land. On top of that, this is another way. Y'all ever paid attention to how a lot of Black Americans are literally going to do whatever they can do to defend our culture and to defend us as a people? If that ain't spiritual warfare, I don't know what is. We are literally under attack. I don't know if Black America understands it. They keep us very occupied or preoccupied, so we won't understand when we're inside of heavy warfare. But we are literally beefing with the whole world right now. Everybody is trying to put a tag or a claim on us and our culture. Not only is it stealing our culture away from us, it is literally erasing us in the process. I need Black America to understand that. See, when I be on here telling y'all do genealogy, like I say, I don't get nothing of it. But what y'all don't understand is we dealing with these Africans, with these Caribbeans, with all these other foreigners all across the world. Everybody is somewhere trying to take a piece of Black America and our culture. But when they do that, they are literally erasing us. Not only are they stealing the culture, they're literally erasing us from it. That's the paper genocide, or the online genocide. That's what we're dealing with. And this is why I got so upset, and I ended the live really quickly with Judge Joe Brown and a bunch of them other people who literally sold us up the road. All of those people y'all think that are y'all greats, all of those people you think that you care about, these are all the people that put us in the situation we are in today. And we are literally and figuratively fighting to stay alive and remain relevant, because we got people from all over the world that swear to God our culture is theirs. Swear to God our people is them. And what y'all don't understand is when they do that, it literally erases us. And I don't think y'all understand how important or how serious that is. It's bigger than just beefing with people online. It's way bigger than that. Because while we having the online discourse back and forth, they behind the scenes actually writing on real documentation and paperwork that these are the people and we don't exist. I'm telling y'all better do your genealogy. Not only is it going to save you, it's going to save us as a culture. The only way for you to know, there's no school you can go to, there's no instructor, there's no YouTuber, there's nobody. The only people who can figure this thing out is you, and that is through your genealogy. That's the only way. So please, Black America, if you don't do nothing, like I said before, I know I went off on a tangent a bit, but y'all need to understand what's happening in real time. You have to do your genealogy. You have to. It's not up for debate. And those of you who don't, you will regret it. I swear to God, on everything I love. So please do genealogy and ground meditate and pray so we can combat this warfare, man. It's crazy out here. All right, now, what are we talking about today? Mr. Tigger. So apparently Big Tigger's wife's tape came out, and she was the crazy heifer that I thought she was. See, I'm not like y'all. I don't let the internet bully me into thinking something that I don't believe. Off the cuff, I heard that she was crazy, then I saw it, and I said that heifer might be thrown off, and I've been going with that ever since. But I understand how the internet works is everybody got to think the same. Everybody got to feel the same. And I knew that a lot of people was going to feel some type of way about it. Well, the video has released, and that girl is crazy. She needs to be in a straitjacket. We're going to get into it. We also got to get into Nolan Wells, the black dude that went missing, going on a fishing trip with his clear friends, and why we shouldn't be doing that. We got updates on that. Also, we got to get into the Miss Deb versus Brat. Miss Deb responded to the Brat saying that she stole their idea and pitched it to a network, that Deb's house thing. We'll get into that. Charleston White. Y'all, I don't think y'all paid attention to Charleston's grift, but we're going to go over it today. We're definitely going to go over it today because Charleston White has a way with words. He understands words are powerful, and he knows how to make one thing look different than the other, but to make people believe that those two things are the same. What do I mean? He have a way of lying, y'all. He have a way of using words to make you think it's something that it's not, and these clears done called them out on it, and we gonna go to it. We also got to get into FBA DNA. As again, more and more scientists, more and more geneticists are coming out saying that they cannot trace Black America or anybody from our genetics back to Africa. Not a place, not a people, not nothing. But y'all want us to still believe we're African, sure. And then we got to deal with FBA in Africa. Apparently Black Americans went to Africa. It's kind of like a caveat or a piggyback off of that situation with what's that boy's name, with Jabari, brother Jabari, and what's that other man name, brother Jabari and Whack 100, the girl giving her experience of what happened over there, and we're going to discuss it. Y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. Let me say this, y'all. Today is Wednesday. We will be doing Rumble Gang. Hold on, let me get the link. Let me post the link to the Rumble Gang in the chat. We will be on Rumble tonight. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hold on. The doll will be on Rumble. Hold on. I normally do it on. I got 1.4K followers on here, girl. When y'all came over here, I ain't know that. Y'all don't be watching my content over here though. Some of y'all do, but I ain't know I had 1.4K followers over here. That's crazy work. Hold on. Let me give y'all the 1.4K followers over here. Girl, look. That's crazy. Look at me, duck goose. Shut your duck ass up, girl. All right, I'm trying to find the dollhouse. Matter of fact, I'll just share it like this. All right, and I'm gonna go in the chat and put it in there. Chat. How them hoes be saying? Chat. So I will be on Rumble tonight. Yeah, that should be it. I will be on Rumble tonight. Let me pin this. No, I can't pin it because I got my babe thing pinned. That is the Rumble link for tonight. If y'all want to pull up to Rumble, we will be doing Beyond the Music. Make sure y'all pull up. I don't know who I'm doing it on yet, but we will be doing it. We'll probably do about 7:30. It won't be too much. We'll do a little DJing from the beginning, and then we'll jump right into some tea. Okay, so make sure y'all pull over, and pop out as it pertains to that. Now, let's come on in. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Let me post it again. I'm going to keep reposting this so y'all can get the link. Oh, and that's another thing. Let me post it to my community tab. Now that we got that out of the way. Hold on. Join me on Rumble tonight for Beyond the Music exclusive. Y'all like that word. You know who taught me to use the word exclusive and I still never used it? Tasha K. No shade. Tasha K used to be saying exclusive and none of that shit used to be. I'm not even being funny. Tasha K used to post them doggone videos and all she used to have to write on there was exclusive and everybody ran over there. And I used to be saying, girl, this not exclusive, girl. We was just over there listening to it over there. But it was so good because people would just randomly pull up because she said exclusive. So yeah, exclusive. That's what I got to see. Yeah. Pull up on Rumble for something exclusive or something like that. Y'all let Tasha K tell y'all all her tea was exclusive. Mine exclusive too at this point. Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Let's jump out the window. Why not? It do be old shit. It was. And I'm not saying now. I'm just saying back when she was popping, like when she was on her tea, on her time, Tasha K used to be saying exclusive. And we be like, girl, we just went over that. Girl, I just came off a Lovely Tea channel. She was just talking about it. What you mean exclusive? Look, girl, we was just over here about Armand Wiggins talking about it. That's not exclusive. But look, even though I knew it wasn't exclusive, look at my duck ass clicking. Look, my stupid duck ass. I'm knowing it's not exclusive. I know it's not exclusive, but I don't care. Clicked. Still was going on there to see what she had to say, but it works. It works. Yes, I did see Lovely T came back last night. Shout out to Lovely T, bro. It was good to see you. I thought it was an old live. I thought I was tripping, but I scrolled and I saw Lovely T on there. Welcome back to Lovely T. We glad to have you back, Fat. So yeah, let me put the Rumble Gang is exclusive. Since y'all let Tasha K fool all of us, she fooled me too, girl. She used to fool me too. Click. Exclusive. Click. Exclusive. Click. Let me get my exclusive off. Okay, so yeah, pull up for some exclusive tea on Rumble, okay? Pull up for some exclusive tea. Why not? Y'all pull up on everywhere else for exclusive tea. Why not? What you cooking? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says Vu, you don't know how much I needed your energy today. Life been lifing. Thank you abundantly for your purpose. Love you down. Well, you know what? I'm so happy I could be here. And what's going on? Is they over there bothering you, messing with you? Don't make me come around there. Tell them, please don't make me come around there. I don't have no job. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll come around there. Okay? Thank you what you cooking for the super chat. And I'm so glad I could be here for you, boo. Never Burrows, thank you for the super chat, says Tigger was warned not to mention where her daughter at Miss Victim Crazy. Yeah, they said not only that, I have a video from the daughter that was missing. We got to get into it with Mr. Tigger. Mr. Tigger was a time, huh? Brizzy Creation Videos, thank you so much for the super chat, beautiful. You are gorgeous, girl. Go ahead on, Brizzy Creation. You should have been put that picture up there. She says, hey, my loves, boo, why I be in these streets fighting for Acorn? Got into it with these African booty scratchers about genealogy. Gang, as you should. Because guess what? We all be windmilling. I mean, don't get into it with nobody, like physically. But you know what I mean? We supposed to be defending who we are, because this is all we have, our identity. That's why I tell y'all do genealogy. But shout out to Brizzy girl, windmill down to the ground if you have to. Just be safe, okay? Now let's jump off the porch, because like I said, why not? You know what I'm saying? Let's jump off the girl. Look at Junior. I forgot Junior was the last video I did, girl, to come on here and see bottles of Pediasure with Junior. You know that is a shame. That heifer going to prison. See that rockhead? She going to prison. I don't give a damn. If it's the last thing I do. If I got to make up a lie and say she stole something, that heifer going to prison. I said what I said. Uh-huh. She need to go ASAP Rocky. Now, let's get into it. Now, remember we were talking about the Spin That song and how it's negative and this, that, and the third. Why did they remix the song down to the church house? It says, kids at church remix Young Miami Spin That for the Lord. Give God praise. Let's get into it.
That devil don't want no smoke. Breaking chains and saving souls. My love that the whole world knows. Stacking blessings till the overflow. That devil don't want no smoke. Give God praise. Give God praise. Give God praise. Break those chains. Give God praise. Give God praise. Give God praise. Break those chains. Coast to coast. That devil don't want no smoke.
I don't fault these children because they're children. I think my biggest problem is the adults in the audience. Because in their minds, this is good. In their minds, regardless to what the original lyrics are, in their minds, in most people's minds, this is not a bad thing. And this is why I tell you, Kirk Franklin and the family, and amongst them other people, sold the music, the gospel music industry, and the church to the devil. This is why I keep telling y'all, this has no place in a church. None. As a matter of fact, the pastor and the other people in the church not even supposed to know y'all listen to that type of music. That's how far removed and far away this is supposed to be from the church. But again, when you blur the lines, this is what happens. Mark my word. I probably say by the end of the year, strippers and hoes gonna be in there, poles and everything. Yay! Because y'all don't know how to separate God from secular. Y'all don't know how to separate the Most High and his doing from what you doing on the other side. See, it's all about duality. Good and evil exist. I'm not foolish enough to not know that. But I also know that a certain respect on the Most High side should be given. It should be rendered, which means certain things that you do on that bad evil side should never even see this side. But again, I guess if you remix the lyrics, it ain't that bad. Sure. Most ignorant, and when I say ignorant, I don't mean to call people names. I mean people who genuinely don't know. Most ignorant people think that this is okay. But again, I digress. This is why church is a joke anyway. This is why church is one big ass joke. Because this is what y'all allow. Who's the pastor? Who's in charge? Because ain't no way they would have got up there and sung that song. And then again, I knew all of Little Kim's lyrics growing up. My mama didn't know that I knew all of Little Kim's lyrics growing up, but I'd be damned if I could go stand in front of her and remix Not Tonight and put God in it. I'd be damned if I can go remix a Trina song and it's cool because I said God. But also, this is also what happens when parents want to be friends with their children. We don't have parents no more. We don't have no more parents. We don't. We are living in the age of children of the corn. Welcome to the party, all y'all late. We don't have no parents, but Young Miami for the window, right? Sure, honey. Moving on, y'all get the likes up on the video. Carmelo Anthony, we have an update in the case. Y'all know what's going on with Carmelo Anthony. He's the kid who killed a white kid out of self-defense, or what I believe to be self-defense. The trial was all jacked up and he was found guilty of murder. First degree murder, mind you, right? But we got an update on the case. It says, following his murder conviction, Carmelo Anthony's new legal team has submitted 2 motions, one requesting a new trial and another seeking removal of the judge who presided over the case. So now they want a new trial and they also want the judge up out of there. Let me just say this. Y'all foolish. This happened in the state of Texas. Getting that judge up out of there and switching him out with a new judge ain't good. It ain't gonna help none. Did y'all recall that there was a black judge originally on the case, or at least she was the bail judge, and she granted him bail? She was out of the courts in 2 seconds. This was a real black judge in the state of Texas. All the lady did was heard the evidence and granted Carmelo Anthony bail. Literally in 2 seconds, she was getting death threats. She was getting all kind of other threats. And then boom, we hadn't seen her since. They literally uprooted her from that district. So again, removing this judge and adding another judge to me is asinine. It's almost like sticking your hand in a bag of thorns, hoping to not get pricked by one. You're going to get pricked, okay? So while you get rid of this thorn, you're going to stick your hand in a huge bag of thorns, hoping to get a judge that won't prick you. And I'm telling you, they all will. But again, I don't want to be negative. I'm just here to be realistic. This is all for rage bait and race bait. That's what this is. They about to roll him out. The Nolan Wells boy, they're going to roll him out. It's going to be a lot of black people that's being killed or unalived or whatever by the hands of people other than black Americans that you are about to see in the news, because they need you in your feelings. They need you emotional. They need you reactive. They need you to just jump out the window. And y'all not doing that yet. So put your seatbelts on and buckle up for safety, because I'm telling you now, this is about to be the norm for the rest of 2026. Oh, and by the way, all of these things that are happening, they're going to blame it on Trump for the next, the next election cycle. This is what they do. This is what they do. At any rate, shout out to Carmelo Anthony's team. We'll see how it goes. We'll go from there. That's all I got. I'm not about to lose no sleep on it. And the reason being is because I don't know what the hell going on. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what is going on. I don't. I genuinely don't. And speaking of not knowing what's going on,
and whenever I'm in Mississippi, I'm kicking it with Kixie 107. Peace. Hey, I'm Brandy, and whenever I'm in Mississippi, I'm kicking it with Kixie 107. Peace. Hey, I'm Brandy.
Now, what in the Crypt Keeper is this? What in the sickly is this? Now, somebody said she was on Ozempic, but Brandy been this big her whole life. Maybe she just getting old. I don't know. I would highly doubt that Brandy would need Ozempic. I would hope not. Like I said, she's been this big her whole life. Her entire life, Brandy has been this big. But what in the world is going on? Brandy look so bad. Now, she's supposed to be in Macomb, Mississippi, acting like it's her hometown. Girl, you don't know nothing about no Macomb, Mississippi. Stop the cap.
And y'all know who I'm with. It's Jada. Period. Point blank. Period. Yeah. It's your girl Brandy here, and y'all know who I'm with. It's Jada.
Brandy is very performative too, and she's a liar. I can tell. She's very performative. She's the kind of girl who knows how to turn it on for the camera, and she don't mind doing that. That wig is just disgusting. I hated that y'all started braiding wigs, but that's a whole nother story. She's very good with faking the funk for the camera, making it seem like it's something it's not. I picked that up when they asked her about the Whitney Houston bit. She didn't like Whitney Houston, and as a matter of fact, she probably helped them get rid of Whitney Houston. But neither here nor there. She's a bullshit bitch, and she down in Macomb acting like she know them people and she remember that place. Brandy may have been born in Macomb, but Brandy wasn't raised out there. Them people don't know no Brandy, and Brandy don't know them people. The only thing them people hold on to is the fact that Brandy is this world-renowned singer, and allegedly she's from Macomb, Mississippi. But given the bullshit artist that her brother Ray J is, and knowing how Sonya is behind him, I don't even know if any of this is real. Brandy, girl, listen, that might be a ventriloquist behind Brandy looking crazy. Brandy, you look so bad. Get off of here. And I seen you on that stage with Monica. I'm tired of both of y'all. Yeah, I said it. I'm tired of her and Monica. I'm tired. Both of them hoes. And Monica be up there acting like she Patti LaBelle. Girl, go lay. You could sing though, but Monica be acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like she done put in the work. She did, but not like that. I'm just tired of both of them. I'm tired of them. I am. I'm tired of seeing them. Say what I said. Let's move on. And let me tell you something. Monica was there when Whitney handed that note to Brandy, and they both was. Huh? Look at Brandy with the note. Huh? Bitch, I don't trust Monica or Brandy. I don't trust none of them hoes. Don't. Both of them hoes was there when my girl Whitney took her last. I don't trust none of them hoes. I don't give a damn how good they could sing, and I love their albums. We'll sing the songs down to the ground. I love me a good Brandy album, and you can't get me away from a Monica album. But I'm telling you now, I don't trust these hoes. Say what I said. Okay? Now, just because I don't trust them don't mean I can't listen to the album, because I'm still going to listen to the album. Say what I said. I just don't trust them. Moving on. Speaking of not trusting, you know what this little bitty nigga doing? Jermaine Dupri is suing Sony. Well, I be damned. Wasn't you just up here hollering rest in peace to that clear reptilian? What's his name, girl? The one who just died. Clive Davis. Wasn't you just up here hollering about free him? What you mean you suing Sony? He is Sony and Sony is him. It says Jermaine Dupri files the $18 million lawsuit against Sony, alleging unpaid royalties from Mariah Carey, Usher, Escape, Criss Cross, and more. So you mean the takers got taken? Let's get into it. Jermaine Dupri is taking Sony Music Entertainment to court, filing an $18 million lawsuit and accusing the company of underpaying royalties tied to his music from artists including Mariah Carey, Usher, Escape, Criss Cross, and more. It says, according to the lawsuit, Dupri claims Sony has failed to properly account for and pay royalties dating back to May 1992. He says he first began suspecting issues with his royalty payments in 2023, and alleges further misconduct was uncovered after looking into the matter. Sony has not publicly responded to the lawsuit. Well, every time y'all sue these people, we see what happens. Number one. Number two, you have the nerve, Jermaine Dupri. So you mean to tell me you want to sue Sony, but all of them people who money you stole, you don't think they should be able to go up here and sue you? See, I wish I was signed to So Def. I'd have waited for you to drop this lawsuit, because I'd have dropped one right on your little bitty head, nigga. Because this industry and this game ain't nothing but one big ass pyramid. Just like them clears was bending him over, Jermaine Dupri was over there bending everybody over there. Why you think Brat big ass was over here begging for a place to stay? She lucked up and landed on Judy. All of them is poor. Messing with Jermaine Dupri. Now, I'm not saying he wrong for wanting to sue Sony. Sue him. I'm here for it. But I'm just saying, pot, meat, kettle. I would feel some type of way if I was an artist under So Def. I would feel some type of way. Because they said Chris Cross ain't had 2 nickels. We seen DaBrat barely making it. Now she trying to figure it out with Judy. She didn't have to go full-time dagger. Brat didn't want to go full-time dagger. She liked being a weekend dagger. But that girl didn't have to go full-time dagger because she needed somebody to take care of her. Jermaine Dupri, you little bitty micro nigga, I wish you out of pocket, bruh. You way out of pocket, micro nigga, pocket nigga. You out of pocket. I don't like it. I don't like it. And where's DaBrat? She over here trying to beef with Miss Deb. Girl, you need to be over here telling us what this little nigga did to you, girl. You over here worried about a show Miss Deb pitch. This nigga pitched your whole career, girl. The hell? Now that girl got to eat coochie 7 days a week. She only used to do that Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now Monday through Sunday. All because of you, little nigga. So like I said, good luck with the lawsuit. You know how that goes. Sonya clock your ass out, 86 your ass. Keep running around here playing with these crackers and these clears on their job. They be done 86 your ass, your little bit ass. Yeah. Keep and shout out to the So Def family. All you ignorant niggas need to come behind this nigga and sue him. I should have been on So Def. I would have been the one to gather all of the people. Yes, I don't give a damn if you assigned to that nigga for 30 minutes. Come on in. You may be entitled to compensation. Yeah, I should have been on So Def. I would have galvanized everybody on that little bitty nigga. Sure would have. I'd have wished that nigga would. I'd have kicked that little nigga back to the lollipop guild. I swear to God. He had the right one sign. See, that's how I know I couldn't be in the industry. I'm too much of a rebellious soul and a rebellious spirit. I get mad and be done shut everything down. Bitch, I get mad. Nobody making no music now. Throw the whole industry away. On my soul. On schoolyard. Okay? Catchify, thank you so much for the super chat. Catcher I, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. I'm sorry. It says, I'm so happy I found you. You've taught me so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I try. You know, that's what they say they want me on there to do. You know what I'm saying? So I come on here and just talk. I just be running out the side of my neck sometimes. Sometimes I talk out the front. Sometimes I talk out the side. But either way, we Joce. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Catch. I appreciate you. And what you cooking? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, watch JD be the next one on the industry list. You're done. Hello? They gonna get his little bitty ass. And where's Janet Jackson? Because, girl, why he trying to collect money off of your back? Girl, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Moving on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get the likes up on the video. And let me say this. Somebody said the lesson is stop signing contracts. This is the lesson. The lesson is the Wizard of Oz. That's the lesson. You know how in the Wizard of Oz, they were all going in front of the Wiz going, and the Wiz would say, what do you want? And he said, I just want a heart. And then the Wiz go, what do you want? He go, I just want some courage. What happened when Toto pulled the rug back, pulled the curtain back? We found out the Wiz wasn't worth 2 nickels. He was a little bitty nigga like Jermaine Dupri. The point is this. Stop going up to these labels and to these places because all it is the Wiz. It really is one big ass curtain that you can't see behind. But you just, What do you want? I need my rent paid. I need me a new car. Because that's what niggas go to the Wiz for now. Niggas don't go to the Wiz to make sure that they can live or build generational wealth. No. Niggas today go to the Wiz for a chain, some clothes, a car. You feel what I'm saying? Most of these niggas don't even go to the Wiz for a house. So I'm saying all that to say, the point is the industry is the Wiz. It's the wizard. He's not real. It's all smoke and mirrors to get you scared so you can go up there and sell your soul for the pennies that they're going to take back at the end anyway. Let's move on. Get the likes up on the video. Speaking of bullshit, bitch, and ain't shit artists, I believe B. Simone set this up. B. Simone had this little girl come up to her and ask her if she wanted to give her some of her product. And look at B. Simone. How about instead of you giving me the product, I buy the product? B. Simone, the reason why she will never make it in the industry is because she's a horrible actress and an ain't shit bitch, a bullshit artist. And people can see it so clear. It oozes, the fakeness oozes off of her. So I guess to get back in the algorithm and get people back talking, I believe she set this thing up. Now let's get into her trying to give advice to a young entrepreneur little girl. It says, y'all feel up. B. Simone tell young entrepreneur that she doesn't want her free hat because she'd rather buy it. Quote, I would rather take this hat, sit it somewhere, and throw it in the back of my truck. Girl, B. Simone is throwed off. I think we got a lot of mentally retarded people in the industry. On my soul. Let's get into it.
You want to bless me with the hat? Yes, ma'am.
Is this your friend?
Yes.
What's your name?
Paige.
Paige.
Why she sound like she got on the microphone?
What I'd rather do, so I don't take this hat from you and wait. See, I'm an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
I would take this hat and I would sit it somewhere. I'll throw it in the back of my trunk. It might get lost in the sauce. I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is take your social media, take your Instagram, and I'll buy one. And
Okay.
you can give this to somebody or sell it and make your money. Because I don't want to. I hate giving people free stuff and now it's
Right.
on the flow. So I don't want to do that. You keep this. Give me your social media platforms and let me buy a hat right
Okay.
now.
Okay. I got
Let me see
you.
my
Hat means that I am wealthy of worth and that I want everyone to be too.
Got that. How old are you?
12.
God bless you. Who you here
Thank
with?
you.
Your mom, your dad, your
I'm here with both my parents, but this is my dad right here.
Amazing. Type in the website and I'll buy a hat. And you keep those two on you. Remember that when you're giving people free stuff. You remember that. Don't you know, you gotta be honest. I ain't taking baby girl's hat and now it's on the floor in the lobby. Like, we ain't gonna waste that inventory. That costs money. So what I'm gonna do is purchase a hat and I'll support your brand.
One of my hats.
This is so fake and so staged and so weird. First of all, the little girl wasn't wrong in offering you a hat. You are a celebrity. Most celebrities aren't buying merch. That's part of the reason why they are celebrities. Okay? So if you're a young and upcoming entrepreneur, yeah, you can go to a celebrity and say, hey, would you like to buy it? Or you can go to a celebrity and say, hey, I would like to gift you this. And really, it's up to you to just hope that said celebrity wear your stuff, or, you know, but either way, she's not wrong in offering to give her the hat. Now, what she could have done was taken the hat and then also had the girl shout out her website and also have the girl give her the website and say, I'm going to go on and support and whoop the whoop and so on and so forth. But she's trying to sound so intellectual. She want to sound like she's such a guru and she knows what she's talking about. Mind you, B. Simone has failed in every business venture she's ever tried. On top of this whole thing looking staged, she's the last person I would take business advice from. Every single one of her businesses failed. She can't even do the free shit right. She can't even just be a free Instagram comedian and do that right. So why the hell would I take business advice from her? Plus, I believe this is all staged. B. Simone, like I said, is a bullshit bitch, ain't shit bitch, a bullshit artist, and all she's trying to do is remain back in the algorithm or get back in the algorithm and back on the people's tongues. And it works. It does work for her every now and again. But what she doesn't understand is that right after we talk about her, we hate her again. So then what? We hate her right after that again. Now, what in the hell going on here? 19 clear nurses done got pregnant all at the same time at the hospital. Now, I done came up with a few scenarios in my head. Number one, 19 clears can't get pregnant nowhere. So what did they do for all 19 of them hoes to all get pregnant again? All get pregnant at the same time. And I don't want to hear somebody say a pregnancy pack. Bullshit. That's not how nature works. Nature don't go like that. That don't go like that. So how did all 19 of these clears end up pregnant together? The first thing I thought was IVF. I thought all 19 of them hoes went laying on somebody's bed and got IVF. That's what I believe. Also, on top of that, the reason for them sharing this is for promotion and advertisement. Because guess what? Clears are not having babies. Hello? Clears aren't having babies. Henceforth, bringing it puts a target on the population of clears backs. So what are they doing? Advertisement. The same how they advertise mental illness to niggas. Now they're advertising pregnancy to clear girls because they need them hoes to get pregnant again. You know what else I told y'all too? Think about Donald Trump. Remember when Donald Trump repealed the what law was that? Roe v. Wade. I told y'all when that happened, he didn't repeal that because he cared about niggas getting an abortion. No. He repealed it because the clear girls were getting the abortions at a higher rate than they should. Bad enough they don't procreate that much. Then on top of that, they was going down there getting abortions. So what did Donald Trump do? Get that abortion shit up out the paint. Because we need more clears to have more babies. If not, we will go extinct, which is inevitable. They've never been meant to last thousands of years. These are the clears are a very young race of people. I want to say the Arabs older than the clears. Okay? The clears are a very young race of people. They were never meant to last as long as they have, to be completely honest. But they understand in order to last, they need to procreate with the indigenous people. That's why everywhere, all over the world, clears go, they go and procreate with them people. They understand that. We don't, because we don't know what's really going on. But either way, they trying to get these clear girls pregnant, back into the bedrooms, back into the pregnancies and things of that nature. And this is what I believe why they're using this as an advertisement. It says 19 labor and delivery nurses are pregnant at the same Ohio hospital, and they're delivering each other babies. You know this is not natural. Let's get into it.
Two more joining the party. Caitlin and Nikki, come on out.
Oh my gosh, this is wild. I love that you all have each other to support one another, commiserate with one another. I mean, you know, it's hard those first few weeks, but to know you're all in good hands must be so special. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
It's so cool. So now we're up to 19 nurses in Miami Valley Hospital's labor and delivery unit, all expecting bundles of joy throughout 2026. Thank you guys for all your hard work. I mean, you are doing the Lord's work as nurses. So thank you so much for everything you're doing.
There are two more joining.
You know what's crazy about watching all these clear people smile as nurses? Do y'all know the first nurses was us? That used to be us. We were the ones who were big. Even if you think about the medical industry, think about the medical industry in the past. Most nurses amongst any hospital were Black, but they've slowly pushed us out. They got a lot of us wanting to be baddies, so we don't want to be nurse no more. But they pushed a lot of us out and then pulled a lot of them in. At any rate, all 19 of these hoes supposed to be pregnant at the same time. This has to be IVF. This has to be. You're not going to make me believe that all of them nurses went home and screwed at the same time and now all them hoes is pregnant. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe that even if even if 100 nurses did it, maybe 10 will get pregnant. But I don't believe 19 of them hoes gonna come back pregnant. The way nature works is not like that. They might all have the same IVF. They might all be giving birth to some new clones. Quiet as is kept, but loud as is heard. Because see, the industry and the media likes to play games on us. They be done told us, oh, it's just 19 clears except expecting babies. Then we turn around, they done gave birth to gremlins. You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of gizmos running around this hole. You see, I don't know. We will have to wait to see when these hoes start shitting these babies out to know what the hell really going on. I said this. I wouldn't trust 19 clears hoes pregnant around me nowhere. Said what I said. Them hoes might be giving birth to puppies. You don't know what they giving birth to, but I don't believe they sat home and went screwed and had got no pregnant. No. I don't believe that. You could believe it. I don't believe it. Nobody's going to make me believe all 19 of them hoes went home and got pregnant on a natural cut. I don't believe it. And plus, them hoes have fertility issues. What make you think all 19 of them clears will have all them babies when they can't even have babies like that for real? You see what I'm saying? Let's move on. Let's get into Deb and DaBrat. All right, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Wait, before I jump off the porch, let me read a couple of more super chats. Hold on, y'all. Get the likes up. Demi Goddess, thank you so much. Demi Goddess 90 for the super chat says Dayton is a very diverse city. Not one black nurse. Exactly. Hello? Oh, I done already pulled them down. But you're right. All of them nurses, like I said, it's not natural. If it were natural, there would have diversity in the 19 women who were pregnant. Girl, them people playing. Like I said, they might be giving birth to a bunch of gremlins. We'll never know. Well, we'll know here in about 9 months. We'll know. Thank you, Demi Goddess. And Brizzy Creation Video, thank you so much for the super chat. Says they will be wiped out. It takes one generation, mom and dad, for them to be erased. That's why they fought to keep it segregated. One drop of us. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brizzy. I appreciate you, beautiful. All right. Now let's get into Miss Deb and DaBrat. So y'all know, have y'all heard about this situation that's going on between Miss Deb and DaBrat? So DaBrat went live, or no, she didn't go live. DaBrat actually did on her show with Judy. She was talking about how basically she had an idea for a show that her and Deb Antony, who's the mother of Waka Flocka Flame, her and Deb were sitting around talking about a show idea, and according to Brat, she says that her and Deb was supposed to pitch said show to networks, but then when she went to go try to see if they could do it, Deb hadn't already pitched the show herself, and that show ended up being Deb's house, allegedly. I don't know for sure. That's just what I'm hearing. Well, DaBrat came out and aired out her grievances about that because she was like, dang, like you was my friend. I didn't know that we could have this conversation and then you'll backdoor me. So Brat said that side of the story. Now Miss Deb is coming out to respond, and I hadn't heard what she said, so we'll get into it together. But I will say this: it wasn't smart of Brat, in my opinion, especially somebody who's been in the industry for all of them years. It just was not smart of her to discuss business ideas and ventures with somebody. I don't give a damn who they was, with anybody. Period. But let's get into Miss Deb responding to the claims and allegations from DaBrat that she stole her idea and pitched it to the networks.
So you and DaBrat, there was a clip that went viral.
I was watching TV. I just happened to see Deb's house, and I was like, let me just see what this is about. The network wanted to do a boot camp show. So we pitched it to them. Me, Deb, whatever happened, they ended up saying they wanted to do something else after that. So I had been holding on to this idea for a long time or whatever. And I had been talking back and forth to Deb. I got all the receipts. I hit him one day like, yo, me and Deb need to talk to you about doing a boot camp show. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, oh, she pitching it to me today.
Without you?
Damn. It's kind of the same idea. It's kind of the same thing we pitched in the deck together. Some ideas were hers and some are mine. I'm not taking full credit for it, but it was our ideas collectively put together to build this boot camp. And I just didn't think she would go pitch it without me. I felt so stupid. I couldn't say shit to this man. I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And I hung up like, what the fuck?
What is happening?
I don't know where this came from. We did do on Growing Up Hip Hop, okay? We did have something there that we wanted to do, which was a boot camp show. And we actually filmed a part to see the reaction of the people and what would happen. But the network denied us. Now, the boot camp that me and DaBrat was talking about, it was going to be a real camp, like a real boot camp. Like we had went and scouted out the housing, where the boot camps was going to be, where they was going to be marching, like all the whole boot camp style thing. We did do that.
When you say it was going to be a real boot camp, because people will argue, well, Deb's house is like a boot camp because those girls.
Deb's house was not a boot camp. Let me just explain that to you. Let me just say this to you. Deb's house was you against you versus you. Deb's house was a show for a lot of years, and that's how this all began, even us talking about it. You know, one of my biggest problems, I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. Like, I want to invite everybody into, when I have an idea, I want to invite everybody in. And this whole thing I talked to DaBrat about. Now, this is my life, period. This is something that I like doing. I love building artists. That's something that I love doing. I love DaBrat because me and DaBrat was just so close. We was going through a lot of stuff. I don't kind of want to be there to talk about both of our personals at that time and things that we were going through. We were being hit with stuff that we need to make some more money. Let's come up. And I said, I came up with the camp, the boot camp. At that time, it wasn't called Deb's House because it wasn't about that. This one here, there was no woman versus another woman, but there also was a thing, and I don't want to get so confused up and bottled up in this stuff, that as I think about it, because mind you, this was some years ago. Impossible for Brat to not know that I was doing Deb's house because DaBrat was supposed to come on to be a judge. That's facts. You can get the network, call them, do whatever. She was supposed to be the judge of that show. But with her doing the Brat and Judy show, and as I started reading my emails, I'm remembering when Brat didn't even really want to do that show. That was me going at them because they was trying to be dirty to get them to really do the show, to be dirty. So at that time, they could go after Judy. And it was a lot of stuff that was going on. I don't really know Judy, so I don't really want to discuss a lot of that stuff either. But it was a lot of rumors that was going on during that time. And the producers at that time were messy. Okay, and I remember going in and going off on them. If you do something to her, you hurt her, you make her look bad, da da da. She know how all of that went down. Well, she never got to come on to my show, Deb's House, to be a guest. She knew all about the show. I called her. As far as her saying she see me and I said hi to her, and she just did whatever and not want to talk. Wow, I don't remember that. What I do remember is I thought DaBrat was still mad at me because I never attended her wedding. I had COVID. And I never came to the wedding. But I was at the baby shower. I was there. You know, I have texted her. She's not lying. I did text her, say I missed her. She never did hit me back, and I didn't understand this. In a million years, Lauren, I could be the dumbest person on earth, but this is not Brat's doing. Okay, and it was something that was coerced, you could tell. Why all these years later, this is second season, I'm about to do a third season, and you're just now coming up with I Stole the Show. Why? Now let's even go back. You called Brett that you brought him into this, which you're wrong, because it wasn't Brett. Brett had nothing to do with this. At that time, there was other people that was in the network that was no longer there. Because there's a whole big issue about the black and white thing of WeTV. Everybody knows that, okay? He had nothing to do with this. But you made a phone call to him. Why would you not have said, oh, Deb's about to call you? Let me get Deb on the phone right now and call her. You have my numbers. My numbers didn't change. I have all the same numbers, okay? They didn't change. I'm so tired of people using this thing of stealing as an excuse every time. And that's because I don't defend me. I never come in and defend myself when a person says something. Even last week before her, I guess she got the idea from Jacob York, saying I stole Gucci Man from him. Okay? So now it's Deb's up for Emmy. I got a Telly Award for my reality shows. Okay? There was no fighting, no drugs. This was women versus themselves. I wanted to show women how you destroy your own life and stop blaming people. It's my life. It's what I go through in this game. That's why I'm always the thief. They're always saying that's the famous lines that everybody says the thief. I ain't stole nothing from nobody. I only give careers. I give you an opportunity to come out of the poverty, to come out of everything it is that you go through. I give those ideas to people. I give hope to the hopeless, period. So for her to say that I stole a show, she's wrong. They denied that show. That show was denied years ago. So why now come up? When I came up with Deb's House, I let Brad know. I didn't just do that to them. I love it. You know how bad this is piercing me? This hurts.
You called
This from her, it hurts.
you were pitching Deb's House.
I'm sorry, honey.
I said you said you let her know. So you mean you called DaBrat?
I told her about Deb's House. I told her. She said to me, because I said, I want to take it back to the essence of the beginning. Okay?
Deb,
and this
girl.
is when
Deb talking loud and ain't saying nothing. Deb, you stole that girl show.
It's survival. I guess somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Miss Deb stole that girl show. Girl, I figured that out 20 seconds into her response. Miss Deb stole that lady show. Girl, Miss Deb, you said all of that to say what? Why did you steal the DaBrat show? And this how you know you stole it. Because Miss Deb loved deflecting. Oh no, because me and Brat talked about a boot camp show where the girls do real boot camp. But see, my show wasn't about boot camp. Yeah, they wore boots. Yeah, we was at a camp, but that's not the same. See, my girls didn't really do boot camp. They just wore the boot camp clothes. So that's different. And on top of that, I done stole from DaBrat a million times in the past, and she ain't never said nothing before. Now, I don't want to speak bad about Judy or nothing, but I'm just saying it's ironic that now when I stole from you this time, now all of a sudden you coming on the show to talk about it. But I'm not saying no names, though. I'm not saying that she's coerced by Judy. I don't want to say that. I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is I used to steal from Brad all the time. And Brad ain't never came to the internet and said nothing. But now all of a sudden she done got married. The money ain't right. Whoop de whoop. And then now that's what I got. That's what I got from this, Miss Deb. And we don't need to hear no more. Because you talking loud and ain't saying nothing. You is talking loud and ain't saying nothing, Miss Deb. You stole that girl show. You stole it. And then you lied and you tried to lie and say you told her when you pitched the show. That's why Lauren was like, so wait a minute, just so we're clear. Did you call her and tell her, oh, yeah, see, I spoke to her about it? Miss Deb lying. Miss Deb lying. And I believe you probably been lying and stealing from people all in the past. Miss Deb, you're down bad. And I remember Deb's House. That was definitely a boot camp show. The girls all moved in a house. They all teamed up and everybody had to sing for their life. That was boot camp, my love. When I knew she was really she was really knowing she was caught, when she started saying, I give opportunities. See, because that's the difference. I'm not like them. I'm not going to take from people. See, when they start hollering about what they do for people, got him. See, when they start hollering about all the them, because just like Godfrey, Put a 3 in the chat. Y'all remember Godfrey was like, I'm the only one helper for you black women. Whenever somebody throw in your face what they do for you, that's because they're trying to deflect from what's really at hand. And the fact is, Miss Deb, you stole that lady show. Now, Brad, no shade to Judy. Where Judy at? Now, Judy ain't on that type of time. Judy is very timid. But Judy, you better than me. Because I'd have cussed Dagger Deb out and down to the ground. Bitch, what you not gonna do is imply that I gotta put a battery in my wife back. And even if I did put the battery in that whole bag, bitch, that's my motherfucking wife. And if you stole from a slut, we gonna come on our show because we ain't got nothing else to talk about. And if you stole from a slut, every episode we gonna get on here and talk about how you stole from a bitch. That would be me. But you know, Judy is Judy, I'm me. You see what I'm saying? Because the way I would have came back and cussed Deb ass out, got a cussed girl. But then again, maybe Judy don't want to curse her out. Maybe she don't want her business in the street. Because I done heard rumors about Judy too. Listen, the game is different. The game don't respect nobody. The game is different. Let this be a lesson to all y'all in the chat. Do not be talking about ideas with nobody. Not none you care about. If you or someone you know are a creative, what do I mean when I say are creative? Meaning you know how to create things in your head and then put it out into the world. If you or someone you know is a creative and you are having thoughts or creative thoughts about something, it is imperative or it will behoove you to keep those ideas to yourself. I don't give a damn if it's your mama, your sister, your friend, your child. It would behoove you to just keep those because everybody ain't creative. And you got people who aren't creative looking to steal from people who are creative. And people who aren't creative typically hang around people who are creative so that they can steal from them. Now, I'm not saying Miss Deb is creative or not. I don't know that lady from a can of paint. But we do know for a fact that DaBrat is. How do we know that? It's DaBrat, tat, tat, tat. Come on now, we know all the music. She's a very creative girl. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we got proof that one is creative, but we don't have proof that the other one is. We just know that the other one is somebody's mama, and she be managing people and whatnot. So if you are someone, you know, I don't care if you're on YouTube, you're a content creator, I don't care if you're a TikToker, keep your ideas to yourself. Oh, and by the way, even if you are going to bring them up, get your paperwork in order, okay? Now let's move on. Get your paperwork, get your patents, get your, what's the other one?
So you and DaBrat.
Get your patents, get your trademarks and all that in order so that you can be safe, okay? Now we got to get into Big Tigger. Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger! We got to get into Mr. Tigger. What done happened? So Mr. Tigger, a video has surfaced recently about Mr. Tigger. Y'all know who Mr. Tigger is. That's Big Tigger from the basement. Yeah. So apparently he's with this crazy bitch, you know what I'm saying? Who likes to beat herself up. She on some thin line between love and hate type shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get him up here. Hold on. So Mr. Tigger was outed recently because the wife had came on here with a face all busted up and bruised, right? So we were all like, OMG, what happened? Now, she never said what happened, but she did imply that her ex-husband and his new bitch got something to do with it. This is what the ex-wife said, okay? Now, immediately, when I saw the marks, I said, I ain't gonna lie, that shit give me, you know, thin line between love and hate. You know, bitch, take a box of rocks, a sock of rocks, hit herself in the head. You feel what I'm saying? Then come back and go, because that nigga hit me. You know what I'm saying? They got women who do that. Y'all want to act like it don't happen, but it's true. They really got women who do that. So I already saw, and I said, something here ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? Well, plus Big Tigger come off real corny. Now, I'm not saying that corny men don't beat women, because corny men do beat women. But sometimes the men who beat women, they have a essence on them, and I just didn't catch it on Big Tigger. I didn't see it on Mr. Tigger, okay? It's kind of like, I ain't gonna say it. Let me leave it alone. Anyway, fast forward, because I'm about to bring somebody else. Somebody else is about to catch a stray, but I ain't gonna do it. Let's move on. So she came on the internet and implied that Big Tigger beat the piss out of her. She didn't say he did, but she implied it. Big Tigger got arrested. He came out and said that these things are not true. He denied unequivocally all of the claims. He even said that this is a bunch of crap and the truth will come out. Well, sure as I got a nose on my face, the truth is coming out. Well, it turns out after he was arrested and released, people were talking about the wife and how she's batshit crazy and how she be out here doing all kind of crazy stuff to people, beating herself up. She's had rumors of doing these things in the past. And then it was just like, oh, snap. Now, this is what put pen to paper for everything. When this video came out of the actual situation, it was then I knew that this girl, which I already knew before that, but that this girl is crazy. And let me just say this to Black American women. I will never, ever, 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 ever tell you not to advocate for each other, but I'm not stupid and I'm not dumb and I'm not gullible. Black women don't support each other by and large. Let's be clear. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, the internet wants you to blindly just support everybody. And honestly, it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous because there are some women who are very conniving. Let's use that word, conniving. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to question every woman. No. But what I'm saying is use your discernment. Okay. And a lot of times, even some of us who have the discernment don't want to use it because we don't want to feel like the odd man out. But like I told you, I was born the odd man out. I'm number 3 of 5. Number 3 of 5 children. I'm the odd man personified. So I don't mind being the odd man out. I'm just telling y'all, use your own discernment to make your own decision. Don't group think. Make your own decisions. I already knew this bitch was crazy, but after I seen this here video, I definitely knew it. Now, who was the child videotaping hollering, Mr. Tigger? You stepping on her. Mr. Tigger, whoever that is a very much so an enabler. Let's get into the video of Tigger trying to, mind you, she stole his phone. She got his phone and he's trying to get it back from her. She's wrestling with him and jumping and falling all on the floor. And all he's trying to do is get his phone back. But she got the world and the police thinking that he was in there beating on her.
Tigger, get off my phone. Do you not see all them crap? I'm not doing that. Yes, you do. She dropped. She dropped. Bro, you're literally stepping on her. I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over. Bro, just get over her. She's gonna give you. I'm not on her at all. Give me my phone. Get off of me. Give me my phone. See, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this shit. You say so. Give me my phone. Bro, just get off her. You can buy a new phone. Get off of me. Mr. Tigger, get off of her now. My phone. Tigger, get off my phone.
It was the Mr. Tigger for me. Mind you, Tigger ain't touched the bitch. He ain't even pinched the bitch. Oh, you wouldn't do this if I was somebody else. And then Mr. Tigger, I'd have popped. Let me stop, because people say I'm too violent. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with here. They have crazy women out here in these streets. And I think that we need to acknowledge that. I'm not saying that all women are crazy. We have real victims who suffer from domestic violence. And I hate that this is happening because, in my opinion, it takes away from real DV victims. But I also feel like we can't act like this doesn't happen, because what happens is if we act like this doesn't happen, then people be wrongfully accused and people lose jobs and careers and all in time. A lot of people will lose time because they got people who understand that the world literally thrives and drives off of its emotions. That's just my opinion, okay? But either way, with this girl here, the video surfaced and there should be nothing really more to talk about. There really shouldn't be. I don't think that this girl is abused. I think she is an abuser, but I don't see her being someone who suffers from abuse. I just don't. Now, recently somebody posted her mugshot because apparently she's still wanted for kidnapping. Did y'all know that? Let's get into it. As previously reported, Alicia Brown was arrested in Georgia for outstanding Maryland kidnapping warrants in relation to the disappearance of her daughter. Now her mugshot following the arrest has been released. So apparently, allegedly, she kidnapped her daughter and was evading arrest for that. And in the midst of that, falling on the ground, acting like Tigger was popping on the back of the head. The bitch is crazy. You can look at her. Look in her eyes. Look in her eyes. This bitch is Joker crazy. Y'all can't see that something wrong with this lady? Let me tell you what to look for when you're looking for people who really suffer from real mental illness and shit. There's an absence in their eyes. It's not a dark absence like a serial killer. Like if you've ever seen a person who's a killer, you ever talk to a real killer in life? I have. Especially when they zone out. You know what I'm saying? They have a dark absence, meaning like it's literally void behind the eyes. But them crazy motherfuckers like this, it's a slight absence. It's like someone's home, but they must be way in the back and can't hear the doorbell. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not as soulless and dead as a person who will unalive you, but it's the cousin of that type of death. Does that make sense? Like, she has this air of absence in her eyes. You can literally look at her and see it. It's like she can look through you if she chooses to. Something is wrong with this lady. For real. And I'm pretty sure Tigger knew that, but the coochie was good. I told y'all my little partner, he like that. He love a crazy bitch with good coochie. It says Big Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, arrested in Georgia on kidnapping-related warrants from a 2019 disappearance of her daughter. Let's go over here. It says just hours after a new video surfaced in the ongoing dispute involving Big Tigger and his estranged wife, Alicia Brown, the story took another unexpected turn. Authorities in Georgia arrested Brown on outstanding kidnapping warrants connected to the 2019 disappearance of her daughter, Aaliyah Brown. It says officials say 2 young children were found safely inside the vehicle during that traffic stop, and Brown is expected to be extradited to Maryland. As more information comes to light, the story continues to take unexpected turns. Sometimes the biggest headlines don't begin today, they begin years earlier. Record keepers, did you remember this case from 2019, or is this the first time you're seeing this? It's for me because I didn't even know this lady existed until Tigger came. So she came and said Tigger whooped her ass. Let's get into it.
Baltimore County Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Aaliyah Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Aaliyah Brown went missing, but they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell Court called police saying the child vanished around 1 a.m.
We don't have any evidence right now that showed that this was some type of stranger abduction. The interesting thing about this situation is that this was the same young lady who was left inside of a car by her mother about 6 years ago while the mother was inside of a casino.
Even police used to seeing terrible things say this one is in a class by itself. 24-year-old Alicia Brown not only allegedly left her child alone in the car for 8.5 hours, police believe she also put sheets over the windows to make sure no one saw the 4-year-old. And it doesn't appear she ever even checked on the little girl the whole time.
Personally, I don't really care what her excuse is. I can care less if they had the whole car set up like a daycare center.
Fox 45 spoke with the child's mother, Alicia Brown, who says despite speculation on social media, 10-year-old Aaliyah is not currently with her. The mother says Aaliyah lives in a foster home and was lost 3 times before.
Investigating to see if there's a connection here. Right now, we can't confirm. We don't know the whereabouts of Aaliyah. So we can't confirm what we have right now at this point. We want to find out, did she leave on her own, or did someone help her, or did someone provoke her to leave?
Baltimore County Police are...
I want to know, do y'all think Big Tigger knew about this when he got with her? I would err on probably. Probably. So then I don't feel bad for Big Tigger. Good. Duck, duck, goose. Then you ain't got her pregnant. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? This was in 2019. Yeah, I'm pretty positive he knew about this. And he still messed with her. So I don't feel bad for him either. He's stupid. He got exactly what he was looking for when he messed with this crazy bitch. I'm telling you, they got men who like crazy women. I ain't mad at it, but when she go crazy, I'm gonna need them to not, you know. And I'm not saying that Tigger's acting like a victim. He's not. I ain't gonna lie. One thing I will give the Big Tigger, he been taking this shit on the chin. He done resigned from his job. And he done came out and said, man, let me just focus on my family. Whoop the whoop. He ain't been crying about it. I will say that. So I was about to say, don't cry about it, but he haven't. It's just the fact that you got to take your lick, bro. You knew this bitch was crazy when you met her. You got to take your lick. The fact that you would even procreate with something like this is insanitary. He shouldn't have even slept with her. See, this is the unknown, the unwritten rules to society that Black America don't find. Certain people you're not supposed to procreate with. Like, for instance, any of the Malones. You're not supposed to stick dick off in them people and let it loose. That don't go like that. You're not supposed to let a Malone stick dick off in you and let it loose. Does that make sense? You're supposed to be able to say, this is where I draw the line as far as procreating and putting more of you out here. We don't do that no more, though. We don't do that. Everybody could get it. They done made crazy people cool. So now they're being retarded and crazy is cool. Now they all in the mix with everybody else and everybody getting pregnant. But you're not supposed to sleep with them type of people. And you damn sure not supposed to get them pregnant. These people supposed to go down and not have children. No shade. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it really quickly. This is about to sound bad, but it's the truth. Our crazy ass uncles and aunties that lived with our grandma ain't never had a woman and ain't never had children. Why you think that is? Think about that crazy ass uncle. Not the one who just lazy. Not the lazy uncle. The crazy uncle, the one who be walking up and down the street talking to himself and everybody in the hood know who he is. That uncle, he never procreated. He never had a girlfriend. Why do you think that is? Real talk. Because society knew we can't have another one of them running around here. They ain't never had they may have had a girlfriend every now and again, but for the most part, them people don't procreate because us as society knew we got to leave that alone. We can't go over there and procreate with that. But in 2026, those people are going viral now, the drunk uncles. So now since they're going viral, or the crazy uncles, the ones we not supposed to procreate with, they made them cool. So now we just clapping with everybody. But that girl should have never got pregnant from the beginning. Period, point blank. She shouldn't have got pregnant, especially by Big Tigger. But at the end of the day, here we are. Now they say she was a kidnapper. It makes all the sense in the world. But yet, like I tell y'all, please use your discernment. If you don't use nothing that God gave you, God gave every single one of us discernment. Most of us can't find the discernment because we're NPCs. We're lost in the metaverse. But for those of us who can still find and utilize our discernment, please do that. Discernment is key. Who the hell? Girl, what the hell? Yeah, discernment is key. I'm sorry, somebody called me. All right, now let's move on. Big Tigger old lady. Child, good luck with that. What we getting into next? Let's get into this Nolan Wells situation. OMG, where do we start? Where do we start? Nolan Wells. Okay. Y'all get the likes up on the video. So Nolan Wells is the black kid who went to a fishing trip or boating trip and ended up dead, as a lot of black kids who go on fishing trips with clears do. Now, this is not to say that all clear people want to kill black people. I don't believe that by no stretch of the imagination. But I remember when we kind of glossed over this on Monday, I told y'all that there are a lot of rituals that take place and that the people know about and everybody about. I remember I gave y'all an example of the fraternities and sororities. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember I was there when I said that Monday. I said, if y'all don't know about fraternities and sororities, they be doing all kind of ritualistic shit, unaliving and killing each other and everything. But because they have all of the people in their corners, they're able to get away with it. I told y'all, it don't just be them. They be having judges and lawyers and doctors and police. All of these people are put in place to make sure that these sororities and fraternities can do whatever they want and get away with it. It's not just exclusive to sororities and fraternities. When you deal with certain clears, not all, certain clears in America, a lot of them, let me not say a lot, some of them have very close ties to the government, which then allows them to get away with a whole lot of stuff. I'll give you an example. Austin Metcalf's dad, that clear man who said, Charleston, I'm gonna make you eat those words. Or what did he say? I'll show you who laughing. He probably, I heard the rumor was that he knows a lot of the people in politics there. That makes sense. That's what happens with a lot of these kids, a lot of these clear kids. First of all, let's go back. A lot of these people be Freemasons. White clear kids. A lot of them people come up under Freemasons, okay? Depending on who they are, where they come from, and what they have, a lot of them come up under that Freemasonry shit. And part of Freemasons are rituals and sacrifices. Let's just be grown and talk about it. Part of the Freemasonry is rituals and sacrifices. Now, if you're a Freemason and you ain't never had to do a ritual or sacrifice, just say they don't like you. But I'm telling you because I've studied it on other people. And a part of those rituals and sacrifices, a lot of times, especially in America, be at the hands of them taking the life of a Black American. And they make sure that they can do this and get away with it by having all of these people in their pockets, the judges, the lawyers, the doctors, the police. Same thing about that Black girl who went over to Africa and got killed by that clear man in Africa. I forget her name. They be having whole systems behind them. We don't have systems behind us. So when I say that, it sounds asinine to a lot of Black Americans because it's far-fetched. Like, why would they have? But I'm telling you, a lot of them do these things because they have systems to protect the rituals and sacrifice. I believe that if the Nolan Wells guy is real, if he is real, I believe he was a sacrifice and it was all orchestrated and done by them clear kids and their parents alike. Y'all want to sit up here and play stupid because you can't see beyond your front porch? Fine. But what I'm telling you is this type of stuff happens every single day. All of it don't make headlines. And these kids, in order to get into these Skull and Bones organizations, these kids, in order to get into whatever secret organizations and societies that they want to get into growing up to adults, a part of those rituals and sacrifices oftentimes is taking the lives of others. So when I saw Nolan on the boat with all them clear kids, first of all, red flag. Second of all, when they say he was dead, I said sound about right, because every time, I ain't gonna say every time, quite often, one Black kid goes off on the water with clear kids, and all the clear kids come back, and the Black kid never come back. Oh, and by the way, let me say this, because I've seen a few Negro-Peans on here talking about, it was even one that I know in, I don't know him in real life, but he's my friend on Facebook in real life, talking about how Black American people just want to hate white people. But Black people don't want to take you on the water, and Black people don't. Girl, miss me with that. All of you niggas helping up for these crackers, miss me with it. Because you know what pisses me off, and this is why I tell Black America, please do not get your emotions in the rough behind these people. Please. When it comes to the Nolan Wells type of situation, all we could do is give our commentary and push. all of these black people, we have a bunch of black Americans who just love crackers. And we got to leave them to their cracker. We can't continue to come behind them after they give us their ass to kiss. We can't continue to come behind them and then try to advocate for them because they will literally go against us for these crackers. So all of you Negroes online defending how you the only token nigga around your cracker, that's cool. But I need you to pick that side and stay over there. Because I saw it all on TikTok. Oh, well, I think it's wrong because, and then they'll put their pictures up with them, the one nigga amongst the crackers. And it's never a light-skinned nigga. Y'all ain't never caught that. It's always some old dark, black of the berries, sweet of the juice ass nigga amongst all these crackers, sticking out like a sore thumb in the picture. I ain't about to lose no sleep behind no Nolan Wells. I ain't even gonna lie. Because I'm pretty positive if we had gone to Nolan or his mom right before he went on that boat trip and said, I wouldn't let him go on there if I was you, they would have cussed us out. I'm not losing no sleep behind this shit. You niggas have free will. And a lot of y'all niggas gonna start standing on y'all free will. So for all you free will niggas who love hanging and being the only token in front of cracker, just know if your day come, we just gonna Joce you and we gonna move on. But do not tell your regular ass family, tell all of your friends, do not come to the internet expecting all of Black America to take your side because we're not. Oh, and by the way, if this story is even true, I believe it's still rage bait and race bait anyway. Remember, they want us to get out of pocket. They need us to start a race war. They need us off our rockers because we're waking up. We're doing genealogy. They can't have that. So every now and again, every other day, you're about to see different race situations playing out on the internet because they're literally lighting sparks, hoping for something to catch. Every day, every other day, you about to see another black person dead by somebody white or somebody Asian or something like that because they just literally throwing a match trying to catch a fire. I'm telling you. So let's get into it. I ain't losing no sleep behind no Nolan though. Like I said, I'm pretty sure his mother loved them crackers. I hope they help you bury him, baby. Let's get into it. Now, Nolan Wells. Who was Nolan Wells? Nolan Wells was the black kid that went on a boat trip with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mississippi white boys and never came back. It says Mississippi football player Nolan Xavier Wells found dead after going missing during 4th of July boating trip. According to reports, a park ranger discovered a body Monday morning on Horn Island off Mississippi's Gulf Coast during the search for 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, an Ocean Springs resident who disappeared on Saturday, July 4th. Let me also say this. The internet and the media want y'all to believe that the white people in Florida, North and South Carolina, Virginia, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, they want us to believe that these is good white folks. Now, I'm not saying all white folks in these states are bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's a high probability that they are, okay? So they want us to believe that these is good white folks, and it's fine. You can go and hang out with these white, but I'm telling you, these is the same racist crackers. All of these ain't new. A lot of these is old white families that's been here, and they still got the same mentalities that their daddy got, their granddaddy had, and the granddaddy before that one had. So I don't give a damn what the internet say. I live in the real world, and I know even in Georgia, it's certain areas I ain't about to be caught at certain times, or I ain't about to be caught by myself. Y'all can let the internet buck y'all up to believe that the cracker is the safest way to go. But I'm telling you now, that don't go like that in real life. So the fact that he's on a boat in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and if you know anything about the state, yeah, Ocean Springs is one of those more city sort of type, but it's still M.I. humpback, crooked letter. Come on, man. But everybody different, though. I'm just saying. It says authorities have not officially identified the body. Well, they have recently. It says Wells, who was approximately 6'1", 180 pounds, was last seen around 3 p.m. Saturday while visiting Horn Island with a group of friends for the holiday. Now he's 6'1", 180 pounds. According to the New York Post, Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter said the body was found in the water just off the island West End around 8:45 a.m. and that it matches the description of Wells. Okay. Now, for all of y'all who are wondering, OMG, what's going to happen to these boys? Absolutely nothing, because this is Mississippi. Nothing. I'm pretty positive they got that black boy on that boat, took him out in the middle of nowhere and killed him. And it was all a part of the plan from the beginning. And the parents were probably in on it. The grandparents were probably in on it. The lawyers, the judges, everybody knew it was going to happen that day except Nolan and his parents. They say one of the boys lawyered up immediately soon as all of this happened. Then they say another one of the boys, his daddy is a judge. Did I not tell y'all that? Did I not tell y'all that these people be connected to the people that make the rules? I know what I said. I was there when I said it. One of the boys' daddy is a judge, so you know he ain't about to do no time. He won't even see the inside of a jail. You can't make this shit up. I wouldn't say somebody say another Emmett Till. I wouldn't say this is Emmett Till because Emmett Till didn't go out to have fun with the Clears. The Clears actually kidnapped him out of his house. This young man went out to have fun with the Clears and didn't make it back home. I think that's different. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this video. Get the likes up on the video. It says one of Nolan Wells' friends is now speaking out. Good thing he is, because apparently his other friend group isn't speaking up, and we've all gotten attorneys. Time will tell. It says one of Nolan's friends speak out and said some very interesting things after hearing this, what's your take? That's what she meant to say. Let's get into it.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 white boys around the one nigga. Yeah.
You know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance. Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and
this is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly, and Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly, because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly, coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat. I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back to the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. Why did they leave him in the first place? Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home? If that was me and my friend group that I typically hang out with, I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend. I know that friend group that...
They said that Nolan's phone made it back to shore, but Nolan did not make it back to shore. And shout out to this young brother. Sounds like he's saying a substance, but what substance? Was it meth? Was it fentanyl? who knows? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, this is one black boy, but 7 white boys had to go on this boat, and he's the only one. And I get it. They all play football. I get it. But I think that Black America is not being honest. We're being intellectually dishonest if we acting as if this is a safe thing. You even got white people on the internet talking about how they know them white boys killed their boy. White men are on TikTok being like, yeah, they definitely killed that little boy. I don't get it. I know we had the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who told us that the white man is the devil, blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil. And then once he died and Farrakhan took over and invited the whites into the Muslim society, we started loving on them white folks. Because even if we weren't Muslims in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, we still came to the same consensus. And this would have never happened. Never. But like I said, once Farrakhan took over the unit, the movement, and invited the devil into the mosque, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a lot. We were safer when we thought that white people were blonde-haired, blue-eyed devils. I'll say that. Here's a video circulating saying that this is from Horn Island, 4th of July, where you can hear them arguing from a group on a beach. It says you can hear arguing from a group on the beach. I don't know who this is. A body believed to be Nolan Wells has been found near the west end of Horn Island after an exclusive search. Now, a TikTok video is circulating that allegedly captured people arguing on the beach on the 4th of July. As of now, authorities have not confirmed whether the video is authentic or connected to Nolan's case. Let's get into it. So they're trying to say that may have been them, but there's no way to know that. That could be just some random beach footage. Yeah, that could be some random beach footage. I don't know. Oh, they're saying right there. They're saying that this is Nolan and that's the group. Again, if we even know. Hold on. I think
Nolan Wells is seen getting it.
So this is the kid. Nolan Wells, obviously a football player. Like I said, Black America, I ain't telling y'all what to do. People like to act like Black Americans are the most in trouble and in danger around other Black people. Fine, that's fine. Say what you want, feel how you want. But what I will say is this: I wouldn't trust my child if she was younger being the only Black kid amongst all white people. Not because white people are inherently bad, which I do believe that they are, but simply because I don't trust that somebody's not going to look at my child and simply because she's dark-skinned or simply because she's Black, do something to her, especially if I'm not there. I know for me personally, but everybody's different. A lot of y'all get into book clubs with these clears. Y'all get to go to grocery stores and hanging out with these clears, and some of them are nice. I'm not taking that away. But a lot of them do not have your best interests at heart. Remember what I told you about these clones. You know what I'm saying? So do what you want at your own risk. But what I'm telling Black America is I can't speak for y'all. For me, I'm not losing no sleep over no niggas who just love being under the bosom of a cracker. I'm not saying that this kid did. But I'm just looking at the reaction from some Blacks and looking at, yes, some of y'all want this. So I gotta just report on it and let it happen. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. If we get more information, we'll go from there. But again, I keep telling y'all, they want y'all out of pocket. They want y'all to lose your mind and come on the internet and spaz. They want you to get out in the streets and spaz. They want you to get your guns and go to start shooting people because you're mad about the people messing up. That's what they want. They want you to act irrationally and emotionally. I'm not doing it. Let's move on. Get the likes up on the video. Now, speaking of, I want to get into Charleston White. This, I don't know, it shouldn't take too long, but listen, Charleston White is a how do you say? Charleston White is a con artist. And I've been peeped at. Charleston White loves going around saying that he did time in jail for murder for killing a white man. I'm pretty sure y'all all heard that. But if you ever paid attention to Charleston's story, then you know that Charleston didn't kill nobody. According to the story Charleston gave us, he the one told the boy to shoot the man. Now, did he do it himself? No. But Charleston himself ain't killed nobody. But he understands that the internet loves a good story about murderers. So he goes with the moniker, I stood over a white man and watched him die. Y'all ever heard him say that? All he do, I killed the white man and stood over a white man and watched him die. That's his claim to fame. Because a lot of black people would love to be able to kill a white man. Let's be honest. So he uses that as a claim or as a claim to fame. But in his mind, he know good and well he didn't do nothing. As a matter of fact, Charleston just happened to be there. And then he snitched on everybody who did it. Charleston himself ain't do shit. Only thing Charleston did out of that whole bit was snitch. I need y'all to understand that because Charleston still goes from platform to platform. He even used that crap with Carmelo Anthony and his dad. I stood over a white man and killed the white man. I know how to beat these white folks. Woo, 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 woo. It's all a ploy to get you to think that he's one of you. Charleston White is not none of us. He's not one of none of us. Charleston White is a plant, a grifter, a plant planted right into our industry. He started off on the right side, as they always do. He started off going against drill rap, which was good because we needed people to go against the drill rappers. But that was just to get us to like him. That was to get us to say he ain't that bad. And now the real Charleston is out, and we see that he a ain't shit nigga. A one-eyed fool is what he is. Now, Charleston is going to podcast and podcast, telling everybody how he stood over a white man and killed them. But in my mind, I've always thought to myself, he didn't kill nobody. The ones who did kill him, people is still locked up in jail. But that's his claim to fame. Well, he goes on this white podcast, these clear kids, and they basically catch him in the lie. They basically make him stand on what he said about killing a white man in jail. Now, Charleston is going to try to backpedal and be like, oh, well, I never said I killed them, but I said this, that, and the third. But what happens is these clear kids right here, they peep the play. And I'm only showing this to y'all because y'all need to understand what people are doing on this internet. Charleston wears this hat that say, I think everybody playing. That is a tall tale sign that Charleston is on this bitch playing every single day of the week. They literally created this nigga Charleston in the lab. He never even really spent real time in jail. They literally created him from a little bitty boy. They curated this nigga for right now. And then they let him loose on us. He knows it. We don't know it. He one of them kids that people know of, but don't really have much of a childhood experience with because he was gone. But now all of a sudden he come back and boom, he done shot up to stardom. This nigga right here is the Judas and the Black Messiah that y'all saw on that goddamn movie. This nigga right here. And all he does is lie and run his mouth. He talks really fast, but he lie and run his mouth to make you have an image of him that really doesn't exist. For real, for real. But the nigga is a grifter, and shout out to these clear kids for catching him in the lie. Let's get into it, because I'm telling y'all, any man, mind you, his whole claim to fame, he stood over a white man and watched him die. I killed the white man. I killed the white man. I stood over a white man. That's his whole claim to fame. Let's get into these clear boys, make them stand on it. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Don't touch me.
Well, yeah, be careful with the touching, bro.
Oh, no touching? Nigga, didn't you just hear what I said? Wouldn't want a lawyer who served time for murder. Sure you would. Who thinks that they would be able to trick a judge by going, sure you would. Yes, sir. Hello, I have manners. So I've tricked every judge doing that. I have a hard time believing that. You probably just have like a Jewish lawyer. I'm telling you. You went to jail for 7 years. I did go to,
You heard what that white boy said? I believe you probably have a Jewish lawyer, and he does.
Tricked every judge doing that. I have a hard time believing that. You probably just have like a Jewish lawyer.
You heard him? I have a hard time believing that. You probably just have like a Jewish lawyer. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth.
I'm telling you. You went to jail for 7 years. You clearly didn't trick him good enough. I've never been to jail for 7 years. I went into a boarding school as a kid. Okay. Should have clarified that. I didn't.
The story keeps getting different and
different. If you listen to what I said,
change a couple
if
times.
you listen to what I said I served time for murder. But you know what served times usually means when somebody says that, right? You can go to a boarding. It obviously implies jail. No. You can go to boarding school. So if you listen. That's not the first thing I'm going.
So he went to a boarding school. He didn't even go to jail.
So this is what I'm saying. If you knew,
he didn't even go to juvenile detention. He went to a boarding school, which is probably another form of juvenile detention, but different.
Law, you know that if children don't go do time, they go to a family court, which not as a criminal court, right? You don't know that. You just saying, I'm not. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So hear me out. So as a kid, I never went to jail. Okay, I went to a boarding school. Well, sentenced to a boarding school. You want me to rephrase what my argument was then? You can't rephrase your argument because I'm not a gangster. Black people can't be gangsters. Only Italians was gangsters. We niggas. Okay. Italians was gangsters. We niggas. Well, I can't really use that word on camera, so I can. So let me tell you something. So I'll say we gangsters. So this nigga here served time for killing a white man. Okay. And I beat the system where it's not on my record. Lawyer. This is my lawyer. I ain't shit. Time for killing a white man. I ain't shit. Now hear me out. I wasn't trying to attack. Don't touch me.
Well, yeah, be careful with the touching, bro.
Oh, no touching. Nigga, didn't you just hear what I said?
He's not a gangster, but
he's not a gangster. No, no fucking touch me.
Black people can't be gangsters. Those are Italians.
Okay.
We niggas.
The game has changed, bro.
Ain't no game changed.
What do you call it?
What do you mean? So we don't try to. Ain't no Italian trying to be shit. Let me finish saying what I'm saying.
Okay.
You can Google. I've changed laws and legislation in this country. Fooling white judges. That nigga ain't fooled nobody. Before I let him finish, Charleston White ain't fooled nobody but niggas. The only people he fooled is Black America. That's it. We talking about the state of Texas. Crackertown. They would have killed Charleston if he would have killed the white man and stood over and watched him die. Especially in the 90s. They would have literally hung that boy. You see what they doing to Carmelo Anthony. They would have hung him. And would have swore to God they didn't know what happened. Charleston is a fucking liar, bruh. This nigga probably ain't spent 5 seconds inside of no sort of detention facility. He called it a boarding school. I know for a fact Juvenile have detention centers because they got them in New Orleans. A boarding school and a detention center is two different things. And I know they got detention centers because they got them in New Orleans. So now you went from, I stood over a white man and watched him die. I killed the white man and got off, to, oh no, I never went to jail. I went to boarding school. What? Children do go to juvenile detention centers. You a motherfucking lie. That's the whole purpose of having juvenile detention centers. You a lie to say children don't go to detention centers. You lying. You went to a boarding school. If you ask me to learn how to play the character you playing today. That's just if you ask me. That nigga spent the majority of his lifetime as a kid. He probably fell out of that goddamn washing machine, popped his eye out. The mom probably was working too much often at the job. So they probably said, let us come take him and take him during the week. Because back then they used to do that. We'll take your son off your hands. And she probably let his ass go. And they was in there cooking that nigga up in the lab, teaching him how to be the ignorant nigga he is today. Letting him come online and lie and tell y'all he killed the white man when he ain't did nothing. He ain't did shit. Charleston full of crap.
Listen, I have a hard time believing that.
Juvenile life without parole in America. We got it abolished in 2016. By the Supreme Court. It's documented.
Wow, if that's true,
I've worked with over 50 U.S. congressional members in the United States of America to get this law abolished. I've also been selected to campaign with President Trump. With the Tarrant County GOP Republican Party. Precinct chair, election judge.
See, this is good. He gets to look like a shiny nigga in front of all the crackers. Look, I got to be with Trump. And I got to talk to this. See, he feel good. This way he get to put his chest out. Because he get to feel like he amongst his equals. Mind you, these is clear kids. But in his mind, he big dogging now because he get to tell him about all the crackers he worked with.
I just like to associate with some crazy influences. So that one is a little less surprising.
So I've never been
associated with that complete
I've never been a criminal or a gangster. Just a smart nigga playing on white judges.
Would you get politically engaged and engage in a conversation with somebody who sells small bugs at a swap meet for a bunch of money?
I'm not. That's a man. Come on now. I'm not fit to waste my time with this kid.
He's a smart kid.
He's a dumb kid. Nigga, he just asked me a question that
so tell him to his face.
I'm saying that they use the money. They use the money to fund politicians.
I'm not fit to answer nothing he asked me.
All right.
And he ain't getting shit out of me. Cause man, I ain't fit to waste my time with a kid that don't know nothing. He ain't never had no pussy.
Now he going off on a tangent because now his cover is blown. You literally just that white boy just blew your cover. He literally made you stand on what you've been lying and saying you've been doing all these years, and now we find out you never killed nobody and you never went to juvenile. You went to a boarding school.
Bro, his world is small. Me and him can't engage.
I know. That's what I mean. You get along so well.
He asked me what if questions.
Yeah, he does.
And he think niggas is gangsters.
I know. He doesn't get the difference.
With his small closed mind.
But this is
and he would not get no interview with me. I'm not fit to entertain no white boy.
Well, don't you think this is a chance you could take to educate this man?
No, nigga. Next question. You brought me here to educate him.
Okay, my bad.
I passed up an interview with Ryan Powell, was the finest porn star hole to come talk to a weenie.
We can still hang out with him.
I'm fit to shake this shit. I get paid to go over there to do that.
I didn't know there was.
I ain't doing no interview with him. Me and him ain't even talking no more.
Are you actually pissed or not?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Fuck.
What?
I think he blew it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he blew. He ain't getting no money. He had me by bud. What kind of?
I know. You're sitting here with the legend. You're wasting time.
Yeah,
Stupid ass question.
I'm not fit to talk to this weenie.
Don't even acknowledge him. Don't even acknowledge
him.
Let me ask you though. Let's go to Drew.
Yeah, he a LA prick. Yeah. Nah, he don't know. I'm an ignorant nigga.
He ain't been around the block.
And he don't know, nigga. I don't fool.
He don't even want to let the white boy ask him no more questions.
Every goddamn white boy I done ever played on. He don't know I'm the baddest nigga he ever seen live. That a white man ever laid eyes on.
Facts. I tell him every day.
Yeah, nah, he can't get my time.
It's about bugs.
I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. My mind too great about bugs. We in LA, nigga. Well, I noticed when the cameras came on, he think he go play with my intelligence. No. Well, I wouldn't talk to a black lawyer. Who the fuck you think you talking to, white boy?
I agree. Fuck you, Madonna. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Shout out, Steve will do it.
Yeah, these are uppity kids that deal with the niggas from the distance.
Listen, Charleston just hurry up and got the hell up out of there because his cover is blown. See, this is the thing. When you use your logic and your common sense, then you know that a kid like Charleston White, a bunch of black kids killing a white man, would not just go off without a hitch. That wouldn't just be something regular, especially an innocent white man, the way Charleston described the white man. All these nigga kids killed this white boy. Charleston been going around telling everybody with ears that he killed the white man, stood over, watched him die, and that he went to juvenile detention and never went to prison. Now we find out he never went to juvenile detention. He went to boarding school. What boarding school? Charleston is a bullshit artist, bro. And that's why he got up and ended up getting into it with them white boys, because them white boys cornered his ass. He was made in a lab and not to be trusted. And let me say this too. I watch how he bigs himself up in front of them. This is what he called that. This is his glory. Charleston's glory is being able to sit amongst white folks and make them believe in his mind that he's equal or greater. That's his glory. That's his aha. Gotcha, bitch. That's his. sitting amongst white folks and giving himself the feeling that they are on an even playing field or that they are one and the same. I'm telling you, it just don't go like that. It just, again, Charleston is a bullshit artist, and the truth will come out. Everything done in the dark shall be brought to the light, okay? Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let me read a couple of super chats. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hope y'all are having fun. Hope y'all are doing well on this good old hump day. We will be at Rumble tonight. Make sure y'all pull up on Rumble tonight. Let me drop the link in the chat. Make sure y'all pull up on Rumble tonight. We will be doing Beyond the Music. Is that it? Yeah. I just posted the I just posted it. Make sure y'all and Abundance and Clarity posted it too. There's the link. Make sure y'all pull up on Rumble tonight. We will be doing Beyond the Music. Okay. Now I want to move on. Let me get into a couple of super chats before we get on to the next subject, because we got a few things to discuss. I hope y'all are doing well. Like I said, what you cooking? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says it's literally dog eat dog in the industry. Shake my head. # Deb. Yeah, Deb. I believe Deb stole that idea from Brad, especially for Deb to get on there and say we talked about it, but my show was different. It wasn't a boot camp. Deb definitely stole that show idea, and they probably did come up with it together, which makes sense because Brad is the artist, but then Deb is a manager, so I don't know. Thank you. What you cooking? Baby, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. Says, Boo, one day, please do a Beyond the Music on MJ. They expect us to believe he burned hair, vitiligo, and nose job, black, indigenous to white, androgynous. Exactly. I've been told y'all, I'm going to definitely do one on him, but I've been told y'all that he didn't have no damn vitiligo. They bleached his skin. They literally sacrificed Michael as a young man. Yes, they did. They knew how powerful Michael Jackson was. They knew that he had the ear of the world. The world loved him. And what they could not have is the image of the world loving a dark-skinned black man with a bell pepper nose. So what did the industry do? Whitened him up, chopped his nose up, and then let him go out there. Because you don't understand psychologically what that would have done to the world if they left Michael Jackson to be the dark-skinned nigga with the bell pepper nose. You don't understand how people in the world would have been viewing us as a people. They would revere us. They would look at us as something good. Remember, our imagery always has to be negative, below, beyond, but under the dirt. So to have an artist as big as Michael Jackson, there's never been an artist bigger than him. There never will be an artist bigger than him. They could not allow him to look like me and be that big. So they switched his skin out. They bleached his skin in conspiracy theory. Chopped his nose the same way they did them goddamn pyramids. Hello? The same way they do them pyramids when they chop the nose off the Sphinx. I believe they chopped his nose, and I believe they bleached his skin to make him appear white because they could not have the world revering this nigga looking like a nigga. They couldn't do it. They understand subconscious. The enemy understands witchcraft, and they couldn't let y'all do that. So they turned him into a white boy. I'm telling you. That man ain't had no goddamn vitiligo. I ain't never known a nigga to have vitiligo and turn into a whole white man, head to toe. I ain't never known one. Head to toe? Show me one. I ain't seen one before him, and I ain't seen one after him. Show me a nigga. Mike was my color. Show me a nigga who got vitiligo go from this to that white pasty white man from head to toe. Show me, and then we'll have a conversation. Up until then, it's all cap. Come on, man. Just because the industry keep telling you over and over that he had vitiligo, that man ain't had no goddamn vitiligo. Allegedly. Okay. Jay Grizzly, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, stop thinking when you're the only family amongst them that you made it. Hello? Because that's another subconscious situation that be going on with black people that be going around them folks. They be feeling like, ooh, I'm different. They see me different. I'm not like the niggas. I'm a black person. I'm different. A lot of them do. You absolutely right, Jay Grizzly. Stop acting like you family. You are not family. Remember, these people come from beasts. That gene that makes them empathetic and sympathetic to other people that look like you doesn't exist. You're not amongst family. Genetically and scientifically, it's impossible for them to be your family. So stop doing that. Okay? Naturally Beautiful Me, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey boo, I'm one of those cancers you speak of. LOL. Today's anchor solar return for me. It says, I will be rocking my babe gear all weekend. Love you down to the ground. Oh, happy birthday, Naturally Beautiful. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your day, your weekend, month, year, and everything else to come. Thank you so much for all your support. And shout out to the babe gear. Happy birthday, beautiful. I appreciate you. Capri Webb, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey boo, it's always enlightening to catch your lives. Keep teaching sis FBA for life. Thank you so much, beautiful sister. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. And Robin Thick, thank you so much for being a member for 21 months. Says, how we feel about us would have been different if they let Mike stay black. Yes, stay Acorn. Yes. Not only how we feel about us, Michael Jackson had the world loving him. You had small villages in huts that didn't even have TV who knew who Michael Jackson was. If the world saw Michael Jackson in his black skin, in his bell pepper nose, as someone of angelic qualities, that would not only make us look at us different, but it would make the world see us differently. And they could not allow that to happen. So my conspiracy theory is that is why they turned him into a white man. That is why they chopped his nose off, because they could not have the world revering a nigger. Same reason why they turned Jesus white. Even though the book say he got what he said, bronze skin, woolly hair, feet the color of brass. They turned around and gave you a white Jesus because they cannot have the world revere the imagery of someone who looks like me and you. Michael Jackson was the next Jesus. Not in theory, not literally, meaning celebrity-wise. Other than Jesus, Michael Jackson probably the next most popular being that ever walked this earth. He's more popular than Obama. He's more popular than Michael Jackson is, I think, the only other entity that ever walked this earth that's more popular than him is Jesus. And both of those men were black turned white. Hello? Look at how God lined it up for you, huh? Both of those men were black, but turned white. Don't let that go over y'all head. Katya I, thank you. Happy birthday. She says it's my birthday, boo. My son and niece too. Happy birthday, Katya I. Katya I, happy birthday. Yeah, he is. Michael Jackson is, I think it's Michael Jackson and Jesus. What? No bullshit. No bullshit. As far as popularity, it's Jesus. And if Michael Jackson might be right here. And then Jesus. But they neck and neck, celebrity-wise, because Jesus is a celebrity. I don't want to make nobody mad. But Jesus is a celebrity. That's why he all on y'all chains. Jesus is the reason for the season. That's why he on y'all got him all. Yeah, he a celebrity. So there you go. Let's move on. Who that is say I teach the same thing? We might need to hook up. Whoever that said I teach the same thing, hit me up at voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. We on the same frequency. All right. DNA and FBA. OMG, where do we start? DNA and FBA, where do we start? Shout out to FBA. Love y'all down. You got to know it because y'all my people, because I am you and you are me, okay? Where do I start? Do I want to do? Let's do. Let's do the video from this girl. Wait, before we do that, this is an honorable mention I forgot to show y'all, but I'm about to show y'all. Did y'all see this gay man get up here and tell these kids that their parents are their enemies?
Everybody look at me. I'm getting ready to tell you something that's probably going to hurt your feelings, but I love you, okay? The parents are not your friends. I'm going to say it again because I want you to hear me. The parents are not your friends, okay? They cannot be trusted, all right? Everybody look at me.
It was the they cannot be trusted at the end for me. This is what the curriculum is being taught to the children down at the schoolhouse. So now they're going to drive a wedge between parents and there's already a wedge, but now they really going to drive a wedge through it in a man in a skirt. Your parents are not your friends. They can't be trusted. Is this to set up, this probably in California, because you know in Cali, the governor out there, Gavin Newsom, was passing all kind of laws to where the children could go get on all kind of sexual enhancement drugs and the parents can't do nothing about it. So this could definitely be there so that they can roll out making all the kids crazy out there. But to say that children's parents can't be trusted, boy, Black America, we are in trouble. And it's a man with a beard and a skirt. You can't make this up. You literally can't make it up. Now let's get into the lady who was on this thing with Charleston White. I mean, not Charleston White. I want to show y'all this video. Where is that? No. I want to show y'all this video. Here you go, the lady. So this lady was talking about going to Ghana. Remember, they want us to believe that we are African. And I keep telling Black Americans we are not African. As a matter of fact, that's why I tell all y'all every day to do your genealogy. Because when you do your genealogy, you're going to be able to go all the way back in history to find out if you had any ancestors that came off of a boat from Africa. Now, a lot of y'all, when you do your genealogy, you're going to find ancestors who came off of a boat. But if you don't go and follow behind that boat to see where the boat came from, the idea is for you to assume that boat came from Africa. But what I'm telling you is the intra-American slave trade was much more prevalent during that time. And that boat that your ancestor came off could have very well been a boat that came from Virginia and docked in Savannah. Or it could have been a boat that came from New Orleans and docked in Baltimore. You see what I'm saying? Because that is the real slave trade. The real slave trade was them taking us who are already here on this land and scattering us all across the land that we were already on. Not just in North America, South America and the Caribbeans as well. A lot of us, depending on what we did, were shipped to the Caribbeans. That's why some of y'all might even find some, not all, some of y'all might even find Caribbean ancestry. And it's not because you're necessarily Caribbean, but it's because there were a lot of mixing happening, but it had nothing to do with Africa itself. But the propaganda in 2026 by Brother Jabari and a bunch of Pan-African goofies like Dr. Umar and even Tariq Nasheed wants you guys to believe that you are of African descent. Black America, every time you agree that you are of African descent, you are helping into the paper genocide of your own people. Instead of you doing your own due diligence and go and do the research to find out exactly who you are, if you turn around and just accept the narrative that you are African descent, all you are doing is erasing who you are right here on this land. We are literally surrounded by sharks. It's like Black America is in an ocean and all around us is sharks from every which way but loose. We got African sharks. We got Caribbean sharks. We got Hispanic sharks. We got Asian sharks. We got clear sharks. We got sharks everywhere just waiting to take a bite out of crime. We just stuck in the middle of the ocean. And every time one of you niggas say that y'all African, you helping them to bite and take out of our history. We are literally helping them to erase us as a people on this land. And you don't have to believe nothing that I'm saying. This is why I'm telling you guys that it is imperative that you do your genealogy, because your genealogy is going to tell you exactly who you are. And I'm pretty positive 95% of y'all won't find one African. And this is the gag. The Africans know this. The only people who don't know it are the ones who are over here. You the only one don't know that you being played on. This is the spiritual warfare that I speak about every single day when I tell y'all get outside, ground, meditate and pray, because we dealing in spiritual warfare. This is what I'm talking about. We literally are fighting for our lives to hold on to our identity and our culture. Go log into any social media network. You'll always have somebody either dragging Black America about who we ain't, or being mad about Black America about who we are. We're being attacked at every which way but loose. And every time we buy into their rhetoric that we come from Africa, we're helping them to steal our shit. This is why it is important, Black America. You need to do your due diligence and find out exactly who you are. There's only one way that you can do that. Genealogy. That's it. No schoolhouse, no church house, no courthouse. Genealogy. Documentation will always beat conversation. All the rest of that shit, all of that DNA testing, all of that school shit, all of that is conversation. Documentation will forever beat conversation. Now here it is. We spoke about Jabari getting cussed out by WAC 100. This girl went on there to tell Jabari to his face that when she went to Africa to try to be over there, the Africans literally laughed at her when she said that she was an African American. I keep telling Black America, it's one big joke. Everybody is in on it except us. They know exactly who we are. We the only ones who don't know who he is. Let's get into the video, y'all. Get the likes up.
My very first time going to Africa. Mm-hmm. And I'm all happy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going back to Africa. I'm going back to the motherland. I'm an African American. So I get there. I go to Ghana. I get there. And they look at me and they say, because I didn't have my visa upon arrival. So I end up having to pay for that. Right. So they looked at me and they said, what is your family name? So my friend told me to lie and say that her father was my father. So they'd give me the visa upon arrival, because I didn't have it when I got there. So I told them I couldn't even say the damn name right at first, right? So anyhow, so she told me to say the Ashite or something. Okay. So I go down there, and so they told me, I said, well, I'm African American. They said, you are not. You are not African American. There is no such thing as an African American. You are an American woman trying to find your roots. And I swear to God, and they laughed at me so hard.
That was it right there. That was the point. And for everybody watching this, this is gone.
You heard what she said? The African told her, you not an African American. You an American woman trying to find your roots. She said, and they laughed. Look.
Trying to find your roots. No such thing as an African American. You are an American woman trying to find your roots.
And that's a fact. That's a Fendi fact. Most Black Americans who are in between Africa and America are just Americans trying to find your roots. And if you've never traveled abroad, then you don't understand. Nobody outside of America call us African American. Nobody outside of America even call us Black American. When you travel abroad, they look at you and say, you're an American. They will question a white person abroad if they're American before you. Go to Europe. Go anywhere in Europe. Go even in the Caribbean. I'm telling you, them people know. Them people know. They will never call you African. They will never even call you Black. The only thing they say is she's an American. If you've never traveled abroad, just say that. I'm telling you what I know. And if you ever talk to them, they'll tell you, oh yeah, you guys are the ancient people. If you talk to them, they'll tell you. Listen, the whites in America is different from the whites abroad. They didn't come up in the same rhetoric we came up with. The whites abroad didn't have the same education that the whites in America had. So they don't mind. They know the truth over there. They will tell you, oh no, y'all indigenous. Y'all not African. I've had many people from across this world tell me that. Before I even did my own genealogy to know it. They know exactly who we are. That's why the Africans laughed at this girl, because they know you ain't no goddamn African and you damn sure ain't no African American. Like they said, which was facts. You're an American woman trying to find your roots. That's the situation of most of Black America.
I go down there, and so they told me, I said, well, I'm African American. They said, you are not. You are not African American. There is no such thing as an African American. You are an American woman trying to find your roots. And I swear to God, and they laughed at me so hard.
That was it right there. That was the point. And for everybody watching this, this is going kind of like her, but she just said something I want everybody to reflect on. I want to reflect on this. And the things that happen, you could take a Cuban person, put him next to me, he have dark skin. They're going to consider him Black, right? You're going to say he's Black. Our skin don't depend on where we at. That don't determine nationality. Absolutely. See, what happened to us in slavery, something happened, and this happened to us, and y'all don't understand what happened. Our nationality was lost.
And let me say this too. Brother Jabari knows what she's saying is true, but he gets paid a lot of money to be back and forth between Africa and America to tell Black Americans that they are African. They pay Jabari handsomely to come to America and tell all of us we African. He knows for a fact that we're not African, but his whole job and whole purpose is to get the people in America to believe that they are African. That is the psyop. That within itself is the psyop. I told y'all, not only are they going to use foreigners, they're going to use your own people to fool you, because we're not going to listen to the foreigners. They got to use our own people. And Jabari is one of those people. He keep your mind fixated and your emotions on Africa. They keep putting money in his pocket. As long as you believe you got African ties, the Jabaris of the world get paid real good. Real good. That's his job, to make you niggas believe you African. That's why all he could do is just sit there and look stupid. God gonna deal with him though. See him and a lot of these other people out here that's been lying to us. The Most High and the ancestors gonna deal with these niggas. You got to know it. You got to know it. And I forgot he got Black European ancestry. So he might not even be a nigga talking about Jabari.
The closest thing they can find us to, they direct us to, is from Africa. But Africa is not us, because Africa sold us, right? So everybody that's watching this got to understand this. We are not Africans. If you are in America, there's no way you can be Africans, because you were sold by the Africans.
What is your rebuttal to Native Blacks versus African Americans?
What do you
There are
mean?
Native Blacks
It's
and there are.
The point of this
My
video,
very first
the point of this video was to show you what the Black American girl did and her experience. She literally told you when she went over to Africa and tried to get her visa and told them people she was African American, they laughed with a big heart. You foolish girl. You are not African American. There is no such thing. You are an American looking for your roots. They're right. That's what we all are. Americans looking for roots. And the only way to find those roots is through your genealogy. When Black America, shout out to FBA, shout out to my FBA brothers and sisters, love y'all. Whenever y'all say you had an ethnogenesis, and whenever you say that you have African ancestry, you are literally helping to erase yourself from today. Also, mind you, I employ all my foundational Black American brothers and sisters. If you really and truly believe you have African descent, please do yourself a favor and do us in the world a favor. Maybe you can help us out with something we don't know. Find that African ancestor and tell us about it. Because all the people that I've talked to that do genealogy, I've been talking to people about genealogy for the past, couple of years. I haven't heard one Black American come up with an African yet. Not one. And if I do hear Black Americans speak anything of Africa, it's in the last 2 to 3 generations. Oh, my grandmother did come from Nigeria 20 years ago. Other than that, you don't find these Africans in your history because genealogy and documentation and education literally dictates to you that white people were not here, nor Africans were not here in America until the Africans definitely didn't come until the 70s. When you saw eBay on Good Times, remember Thelma was over there with eBay eating fufu on the floor? That was the first time, by and large, Africans came into this country. They lied to you and told you that we were Africans so that it can attach them to who we are. So if we believe that we're Africans, this is why you get all these Africans tell you, you stupid, you don't know who you are, you African. This is also why you get Africans looking at you as if they're here and you are there. Because if you buy into the fact that you're African and they are the continental Africans, that makes them better than you. I'm not trying to tongue wrestle with none of my people. I love my people. That's the only reason I'm here. I could be on this bitch talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. I could be on this bitch rolling out the baddies. That's so much easier for me. And I do that very well. Ask the baddie people about me. I could really be on here doing that, but I'm not. I'm on here because I have a purpose, and my purpose is to wake up the masses and let y'all know who you are not. I can't tell you who you are, but I can tell you who you ain't. And you ain't no goddamn African. And also, you ain't never had no goddamn ethnogenesis. You are who you've always been. Who you are today is who you was 10,000 years ago, right here on this land, right here. The witchcraft and the spell work is getting you to believe that you come from somewhere else. While everybody else come here and say that they home, you get to be from somewhere else. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, Black America. Because that's the witchcraft. That's the spell work. And by the way, at some point, these people that's dealing in all this treason will be tried. All you treasonous niggas that's been going around confusing our people, lying, having our people believe that we that we come from Africa, you got to know this. You got to know this. You will be tried for treason in front of the world. God gonna show out where you act out at. You got to know it. Let me play this video for y'all. And again, this is for y'all who need to be dealing with genealogy. Please, Black America, do your genealogy. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, I hear this girl bring up an article about Black America and when they called us Negro Indians. Mind you, nowhere in history they have nothing on documentation where we were Africans. They write it in books, but there's nothing in history documented that we were Africans. But in history, they documented us as Negro. In history, they documented us as Indian. They even documented us as Negro Indians when they started bringing in the $5 foot loans. That is documented. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up.
According to this document, it said that the Negro Indians are in rebellion. Why would they refer to us as Negro Indians if we were Africans during this time frame? Wouldn't they just say the African slaves are in rebellion? Because as soon as you got the slave ship, you was a slave. So why wouldn't they refer to them as African slaves in rebellion? Why would they refer to them as Negro Indians in rebellion? And we all know that Negro means black. So again, all of the Native Americans that are in my comments trying to go back and forth with me have done not a lick of research. Please go do some research. Get off of my page. Thank you.
It says Negro Indians in rebellion. It says King Blue's followers on a marauding tour, terror in the Chickasaw Nation. A band tied up the postmaster and his wife at Stonewall, released by neighbors. Many Indian citizens maltreated. The Chickasaw government will move them from the reservation. This is in Wichita, Kansas. They called us Negro Indians in rebellion. What does that mean? That means we were having a riot, you know, like we did when with OJ. Negro Indians in same shit, different toilet, flush it. We had a riot, and we must have tied some niggas and some crackers up, and I'm pretty sure the niggas we tied up deserved it. I'm pretty positive there was some old treasonous niggas, and the Indians caught on to them niggas and tied them up. That's what it sounds like to me. Because see, back in the day, you used to have to pay for treason with your life. Back in the day. I'm not saying we should do that now, but I'm just saying back in the day, treason was bought. You bought and paid for treason with your life. You see what I'm saying? So it sounds like some niggas done strung up some crackers and some niggas, and they had to go on the run. So they had to get the hell up out of there, as they should. Okay? I want to show y'all this video about DNA, Black American DNA. Because a lot of Black Americans only know about ancestry as it pertains to DNA. Now, when I speak about genealogy, genealogy is different from DNA testing. DNA testing is what you do when you swab your jaw or you send in a sample of your blood or your saliva or any sort of secretions you have, and then they put it in the lab. That's what the thumbnail is. They put it in the lab and then they test it. And according to these people, they're supposed to tell you where you're from per haplogroup. Right? Per haplogroup. That's what they say. Now, mind you, all DNA testing say is for entertainment purposes only. Not only does it say it's for entertainment purposes only, they even tell you that you cannot use any of these DNA testing results in any court documents, in any court battle, any sort of legal situation. So right there should tell you that something right here in the milk ain't clean. So when I speak about genealogy, I'm not speaking about DNA. DNA is the testing that they do in the lab where they come back and you have to trust that they're going to tell you the truth about what they found. Now, we know trusting these people to tell us who we are is the first red flag within itself because, girl, you're not going to be able to trust that these people are going to tell you the truth. It just don't go like that. You see what I'm saying? However, a lot of us have been using the DNA test results to say who we are. I know a lot of FBA people like to use that to say that that's the reason why we had an ethnogenesis because the DNA testing. But I'm here to tell y'all that the DNA testing was all a lie. It was all cap. The only true way to find out who you are is through genealogy. Now, what is genealogy? Genealogy is paper documentation of who you are and of the people who came before you. Black America are the only group of people who walk the face of this earth that has been completely documented. Did y'all know that? There's not Africans who have more documentation on them. There are no Hispanics who have more documentation on them. There's no other group of people in this world who is more documented than the Black American. We are the only group of people who have documentation on who we are historically, not for the last 400 years, thousands of years. This is why they came out with DNA testing, because if you pay attention to DNA testing, then you won't look at genealogy. The answer to who you are, Black America, especially foundational Black Americans. I love y'all. That's why I'm on here talking to y'all. The answer to who you are only lies inside of your genealogy, not the DNA testing. This was a sham. This was a play. If you really want to confirm that you're African and had an ethnogenesis, the only way for you to do that is through your genealogy. All it is a paper trail of who you are and the people who came before you. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, DNA testing. Let's go with Black Americans who believe the DNA testing and we come from we come from Africa. Even if you were to believe the testing still can't tie you back to a group of people, nor can it tie you back to a specific land. The DNA testing that you guys are riding on that are telling you your identity cannot tie you back to a group of people in Africa, nor can it tie you back to a specific landmass. By that logic, your ass ain't no African. The only way I would believe that I have African ancestry is if I can go to Africa and point to the people who are related to me. Or if I can go to Africa and stand on the land where my people came from. We can't do that because it doesn't exist, because this is all a big play. Now, DNA testing said they matched y'all to Africa, but now the people are coming out who did the research on the DNA testing, and even that is saying it can't match you to Africa. Let's get into the video, Black America. Please do your genealogy.
In 2019, a team of geneticists at Harvard quietly ran an experiment that no one had attempted at this scale before. They took DNA samples from thousands of African Americans across the United States and ran them against every ancient civilization for which viable genetic data exists. Egypt, Nubia, Kush, the early Bantu populations, the Saharan pastoralists, the great empires of West Africa. The researchers expected scattered matches across multiple regions. They expected the African diaspora story to be genetically chaotic, fragmented, impossible to pin down with any single ancient source. What they found instead stunned even the senior researchers on the project. Out of every ancient civilization tested, only one produced a consistent, statistically dominant match. And the answer would rewrite what scientists thought they knew about where most Black Americans actually come from. If you find these kinds of forgotten history mysteries as gripping as we do, hit subscribe right now. There is much more of this coming. For most of the 20th century, the question of where African Americans came from was answered with a single phrase: somewhere in West Africa. That was the entirety of the explanation that science could offer. Slave ship records had been deliberately destroyed or never kept in the first place. Family names had been stripped at the auction block. Languages had been beaten out across multiple generations. By the time genealogy became a popular pursuit in the late 1900s, an estimated 40 million Americans of African descent could trace their ancestors back only as far as the plantations they were enslaved on. The continent itself remained a closed door, and beyond that door, the deeper history was assumed to be unrecoverable.
Now, why do you think that is? If in the early 1900s, people started learning about genealogy, why do you think that they can only trace it back to the plantation? Because they got rid of all the rest of the paperwork. They literally made it to where it stopped at the plantation. Now, mind you, if we were truly African and that was the consensus then, why wouldn't that documentation and evidence be available to those people then? We're not even going to get into the fact that we still haven't found a slave ship. So we still don't have documentation that brought us back to Africa, even as early as the 1900s. And this is before they were automating stuff. But what else was happening in the early 1900s? The Great Fires, Great Fire New Orleans, Great Fire Miami, Great Fire New York, Great Fire Cali. Remember all them great fires? What was all getting burned down in them great fires? Documentation.
The early ancestry tests of the 2000s did not help much. They told customers their DNA was sub-Saharan African or West African, or sometimes simply African, with a percentage attached, and that was the entirety of the report. The reference databases had been built primarily around European populations. African genetic diversity, which is greater than the diversity of every other continent combined, was barely represented in those early panels. A Yoruba farmer from Nigeria and a Mandinka trader from Senegal might both show up in those tests as West African, even though their ancestors had been distinct populations for thousands of years and lived more than 1,000 kilometers apart. The science could see the broad outline. It could not yet read the names. That all began to change after 2010, when the 1,000 Genomes Project and a wave of...
All right. And we'll probably have to get into this another day as far as the extended version of this, but listen to the point. Through DNA testing, first of all, I don't believe DNA testing is to tell you about who you were in the past. Now, if you need to find out who you're related to now or in the recent past, people who recently died, I think DNA testing might be okay. I don't know. I don't trust it. I never did it. But as far as finding out ancient-wise who you are, absolutely not. And even the test results, when I saw everybody getting their results, all they got was 20% West African, 10% Igbo. Igbo is brand new. How the fuck am I 20% Igbo? And y'all just made that up 5 years ago. What? You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't really satisfy. But what the one thing that is certain about this is that they cannot trace your lineage or your DNA, not your lineage. They cannot trace your DNA to nobody in Africa. Why do you think that is? If you are truly African and they kept documentation for you while you were here, why wouldn't they have documentation for when you left? And then also, why wouldn't they be able to trace your DNA back to any of these African people? This is a genuine question. Because it's not true. And the only way for you to find the true Black America is through your genealogy. All of y'all can go pull them DNA tests all you want. They'll give you 10% here, 20% here, 60% here, but you can't go to none of them places and point to the people or point to the land and say, this is where I come from. Because it's not real. It's not true. If you want to know the truth about who you are and where you come from, Black America, there's only one way to find that out, and that is through your genealogy. All it is paper trails of who you are and the people who came before you. Please do your genealogy. Also, Foundational Black Americans, FBA. Again, the more you continue to say that you had an ethnogenesis, the more you continue to claim an ethnogenesis is the more that you lay claim or you give them credence to their claim that you came from them. Remember, they are the continental African. You're not. You allegedly came from them and then came over here and got mixed up like a mutt, according to the ethnogenesis story. So if you claim that you had an ethnogenesis, then all you're doing is corroborating the lie that they're going around telling everybody. Also, you're helping them to steal your identity. Because while they buck you up to be African, they come over here and be American. This is heavy, 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 deep spiritual warfare. We ain't got no friends, Black America. It's us versus everybody. Shameless plug. Hit the link that's pinned to the chat if you would like to support the doll for Babe Gear, Black Americans versus everybody. But I'm being dead ass serious. We don't have no friends. Ain't no friends. Everybody in this bitch to take. We just don't know it yet. Wake up, Black America. Wake your duck ass up. Do the genealogy. Find out who you are, and let's get these crackers up out of here, and these Africans. Let's get them up out of here. It's time for them to go. All jokes. Rhonda, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And like I said, Black America, I just need y'all to wake up. But with that being said, I'm about to hop up off of here. I love y'all. Do that genealogy. Put the information out there. Let the people know you're doing genealogy so you can find out who you are. You ain't the first ones in your family to do it. You won't be the last. Know who you are. This the age of Aquarius. Don't think it. I love y'all. Pay the information forward if you learned anything, and I'll see y'all later. Rumble Gang tonight. I'll post it to the community tab. Love y'all. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.